Hold on 1 second. Let me verify that things are going live. Like, you know. So give me 1 minute, please. Hold on. Hold up. Like, hold up. Make sure we're on the right page. Here we are. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Give me 1 moment, y'all. Uno momento, por favore. But a brother gotta do all this login ish. Like, why don't they make my life easy, fam? Really? Really, dude? Then I need my phone. Just all these damn protections. I should have done all this stuff beforehand. Yes, it's me. All right. And this will be Toxic Hustle. Think we are good to go. All right. Let's see. Scene. Awesome. Okay. Got this going now. Sorry about this, y'all. I do not stream often anymore. So I'm not used to doing this, man. Not used to this anymore. Let me put this in the Discord, folks, while I let people know. Let me grab my. Give me the information for the stream. Thank you. Thank you. Come again. Thank you. Come again. Discord. Thank you. Man. All right, I'm almost ready, y'all. Give me a run. We're going live. Okay, let me put my link in here. There. Let's copy this. Copy. And then let's go ahead and send this. At Cashlane. I don't want to bother everybody. Not everybody gives a damn. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Booyah. All right. Now let's copy this same ish and put it on Twitter, and then I'm going to get started. I appreciate y'all who have been chilling. I do appreciate you. Give me 1 minutos, and I will be ready to go. What's up? What's up? What's up? I should play some music or something. I really should. Let's go off of my digital destruction.
Every day I hustle, all the time. Party low. It's part of me. Every day I hustle, all the time. Party low. It's part of me.
What's up, everybody? Thank you. I appreciate you. Love, blessings, all that other universal ish in a very painful and extremely redunculous time to be living. I hope everyone is well. Mean Gene, what is up? Appreciate you. So I have been in the lab working on projects. Let me change my screen out and put it onto the main screen over here. Boom. So as y'all know, I have been completely working on. What up, Mr. Now? What's up? All right, so y'all, I've been like the wife is sick of my shit, cause I'm always working on something and I need to release crap and get things out to y'all, and she's the one that kind of keeps my balance and keeps me in balance. Danye, ¿qué pasó? Squawk. So. All right, so let me explain what's been going on, then kind of go backwards into why I think the way I think about what's about to happen. Then we'll fast forward into some current events, because I know I owe you guys, I owe y'all tribe a lot and a lot of information. I've been ghost like Casper. So let me first explain the ghost like Casper, why I've not been in the Discord, why I haven't been chatting, what's been going down. First, I'm working on multiple projects right now. One of which is I'm working with a venture capital company, and they've come back around. Like, I was going to release a bunch of information, I think 2 weeks ago. they came back around. And this venture capital company is what's been keeping Toxic Hustle above ground. As far as like whenever we need cash flow, whenever there's a necessary need to be able to get financing to buy subscriptions, like to buy the AIs, to work on shit, like, and then for the last few years it's been practicality. So y'all remember when MG and I were working on the graphic pack? The reason why the graphic pack stopped wasn't that we didn't want to keep working on the graphic packs. It was that I told MG, I said, yo, we got to chill for a second. One, it's a lot of graphics. And two, how many albums are people really putting out? How much graphics are they needing as small form factor? That was the huge issue for me because, one, I don't want to just sell y'all nothing. Hence why y'all ain't got a course out my black ass the entire niggerwary that I've been around y'all. Not a damn one of y'all seen me really put out a course. And I'll tell y'all I'm putting out a course, but y'all don't then see a course. It's not that I don't want to put one out. I'm part of this tribe. I've watched a bunch of motherfuckers run funnels on us. But at the same time, I know we need to start getting financing, to start buying infrastructure, to start investing in shit, because the Trail of Tears led to Tulsa, Oklahoma, i.e. Black Wall Street. And I don't think we really get what that means. We get it aesthetically. Like, we can get it as a historian. But we need to put our more shoes back on and start getting back into the swag. Like, my girl would tell, like, yo, my girl said the realest shit to me ever, my niggas. And that was, nigga, you losing your swag. Now, this was deep when I lost my job. And she was like, nigga, you starting to get swagless. But that was because I told her in 2015, hey, babe, I don't think that web development is going to be a thing anymore. I don't think they need web designers. I think you're going to go on Fiverr and go get a web designer to do something for you. And then that's it. You ain't going to fuck with that nigga for 2 to 3 years. Sure enough, fast forward, where are we? That's exactly where we at. And I'm of the state of mind like, yo, okay, so I can't sell nothing that's going to expire fast. So that's not going to work. And at the same time, I need to offer something of value because I need to be able to start buying infrastructure. At the end of the day, what do I keep telling y'all? Toxic Hustle is a research and development company disguised as a media company. See, where all of these why Tragic is not in the music industry. If you listen to my music don't suck. If you go on Spotify, you can look up Tragic. My music don't suck. Why is Tragic not in the music industry? Because the weirdos that were there freaked me out. Like, seriously freaked me out. I'm in New York, like, coming out of the military, circa 1995, my G. Mobb Deep is bumping in New York. I've been living in the South. My family's in New York. And I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm going to go to Manhattan because I'm starting to record. I'm in Japan. This is what MG was talking about. There was one cat in the tribe that had gone to Japan. I'm that cat that was in Japan. I'm that cat that MG was talking about where he said, yo, they were like, when they address some of us, depending on how you move, this one elderly woman through her granddaughter had said that my skin was beautiful. She's like, kawaii, kawaii. And kawaii means cute. I was using that when I was going to the club. Hey, sumimasen. Sumimasen means excuse me. Kawaii ne. You're cute. That's how you walk in a club, or how I would move in the club, because I was rhyming on the stage. So I don't have to really introduce myself much. They'd be like, oh, you a rapper. You the rapper. And that's all I needed. I'm good. Gucci, Gucci. So what we're dealing with right now, this transition that we're dealing with, is from that time back then, you had to deal with politics. You had to deal with gatekeepers to be able to get into a studio. Motherfucker was charging you anywhere between $1,500 to $500, $1,500, $2,000 for a beat on my board. So I went ahead and bought a MPC 2000 XL, put the SCSI inside of it because I learned how to build computers, which I showed y'all in that video. If you look at Toxic Hustle, I showed y'all I built a computer. It's like Lego. And at this point in time, whenever you see my black ass build a computer, be nerding the hell out, when you see that, something's changed in the matrix, y'all. Because I wasn't building computers for years, like damn near 10 years. I was building computers with 2 CPUs in it. Like 2 CPUs, dual core system. With quad core on my dual core. With 128 gigabytes of RAM. Fancy. And all that other ish, right? Just to get music done. Just to be able to make graphics, videos, 3D. I was doing all the little bits and pieces trying to figure it out. And why don't I have a bunch of music videos? Oh, because rendering was taking about 2.5 weeks. At peak, we did a music video for my homeboy. It took me 3 months to do the editing. Rendering the scenes. Rendering the green screen, stripping out the green screen, putting them in a 3D set, rendering the 3D set, putting it in After Effects, rendering the multiple effects I was using in After Effects. Layering on layering and layering on the layering. Yo, Mean G, F you, man. No, I would never, like, bro. Don't get me wrong. I love my Asiatic women, but my wife, there is something to a Sagittarius dealing with a hustler Leo. It's like catnip, bro. I'm an archer to a lion who don't need me. Oh, catnip. The fact that my girl's a hustler, there's no woman out there that I want on that level, because I got my wife on like a trifold level: the physical, the spiritual, and the mental. Not to mention financial, which is G'd up. That's my girl. Like, yo, when I lost my job, my wife still stuck with me. Like, the woman that is my wife now has stuck with me through zero. And I've been with women who while women will sit there and tell you they believe in your hustle, when the chips are down and you can't take them out to eat, like they say that the fastest way to a man's heart is through his stomach. No, that's a woman. Stop playing. It was a woman that said that because she was trying to diffuse the fact that she want to eat, bro. And she's the one that sits there for my wife now, who's my current wife, to sit there and tell me, yo, my nigga, you're losing your swag. Well, of course I have no swag because I'm a rudderless ship. If I'm not a web developer, right, and I'm trying to forecast, because here we are, bros. I forecasted throughout, like I was hustling and pimping through that whole time. I don't know what you were doing on MySpace, but I was selling $25 to $50 MySpace layouts, 5 to 10 of them a week. I was flipping marketing campaigns for like 50 cents affiliate companies. When people were realizing they need to be online, I was the guy using Friend Blaster Pro to blast motherfucking to blast accounts out. And then she realized I haven't been talking. Like, I haven't been posting. I haven't been doing no videos. So she'll be on me. But here's where I'll tell y'all the same thing I told her. Just because somebody, when you're dealing with somebody who's on a computer, just because you see somebody not moving doesn't mean they're not moving. Especially when you're dealing with tech. And especially when you're dealing with a Sagittarius. I'm an archer. Aim twice. You have limited arrows. You don't have as much ammunition. Every shot has to count. And when you're dealing with tech, you can make a misstep in this and think it's going one way and swear to God it's going in that direction, but then it pivots on you. What I mean by that is I told my staff sergeant that a computer didn't matter back in circa 1991, 92. I'm telling my staff sergeant, yo, this computers, who's going to want a computer, staff sergeant? Only people that's going to want computers are nerds. And you know what? He's like, no, everybody's going to have one. I didn't believe him. And when I came out of the military just a few years later, because I was like, yo, if you're going to be racist, I'm done. I was like, I don't need to be in a place where I'm going to die and you hate me. No. I'll hate that. You can hate me. Go out here. You die. I'll be here chilling. And then I started watching and seeing people who are making their businesses online back through the 2000s before it became a big thing. I saw what websites were going to be before they became a big thing. I pivoted from graphic design to web design. I'm at Thanksgiving learning how to do HTML inside damn freaking Photoshop, because they just created this thing called slicing in like 2.5. What up, June? So what we're dealing with right now, this transition we getting ready to go through, what MG talks about, he's warning people. But me financially, I'm sitting there throwing haymakers because I'm around the guys that are investing in venture capital. They're looking for software. They're looking for SaaS companies. They're looking for platforms, and they're not investing in crap right now. Forget all the hype you're hearing right now, and forget what you saw in the stock market from a bunch of people who don't know what's going on. Oh, China released a brand new model. Yeah, it means these people are stupid. And stock market go down. No. Because there's also a Bitcoin situation that's happened at the same time. I'm going to pull up the charts and we're going to look, because I haven't even looked. I ain't even had time to look at crypto. And we're in the boom. This is it. This is the run up. This is the greatest time to be in crypto. And I'm not giving two damns about it. This is we go through the crypto winter. This is where we get our boom cycle. This is it. Halving cycle was last year. This is when the crypto is about to go crazy. And crypto doesn't even do a thing for me. What up, JPX? I know, Danye. I know that's why you were asking me. So let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to pull up a new window right here. And we're going to talk about, let's go ahead and talk about DeepSeek. I would go through the news. You know what? No, I'm going to go through Twitter because I actually posted, and I know Danye knows. Here and let's go to tragic. this is it. All right. Let's see. 25th of January. Let's go back. One second, y'all. Let me scroll backwards because I know I began putting something out in December. Aid. Docker Compose. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I apologize. But I've been kind of keeping an eye on something, and now that we're going to talk about it, I want to make sure. And if y'all, it's x.com, twitter.com/tragic, because y'all, I ain't all that X shit. No. Cursor, Python, Gemini. All right, you know what? I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's just start from the top, and we're not gonna work backwards. I'll go through the news because I think I know where everything is. Thankfully, I have that same curse that MG has. So, all right, January 25th, right? So here we are, the 27th, 2 days ago. So what is the hype right the hell now? What else? What up, Soul? All right, so what's the hype right now? So let's talk about it. And in fact, let's not just talk about it. Let's be about it, right? So on over here at labs.toxichustle.com, that's what we're calling it, our labs. Here you'll see our ChatGPT Business Prompt Lab. This lab's going to have multiple labs inside of it. We're going to be doing labs on ChatGPT Business, which is already done. So if you actually click on here and you go to our labs, you can see your AI powered shortcut to smarter content and marketing strategies. These are the prompts that we are beginning to feed our AI agents. Again, I'm going to walk you through some stuff tonight so that y'all can get it, so that you can see what it looks like, what it be like, what it act like, what we're dealing with and what we're getting ready to deal with, where we're heading to. Do you know where we're going to? So, what can you achieve? The prompts that we've been able to find have been able to turn ChatGPT pretty much into whatever person you want to get off of LinkedIn to hire, right? So stop thinking about AI as this thing outside of something that you can manipulate. Get Solomon with this. We got to start getting to Solomon's mind state. What was Solomon doing? Solomon was handling and managing multiple entities. I won't use the D word. He was handling multiple underworld entities and had them at his disposal. You're dealing with energy. You're dealing with energy that has thought process, right? So it's the same thing you're seeing with as MG would use, bitches, witches. It's the same energy you see on that side, but there's a tech version of it. And that's what we're seeing. Regardless if you want to believe that they're using the magic, they're using magi-ic at the same time. If you can't see it, it's okay that you don't, but it's not going to change the fact that if we're dealing core level, just so that you understand and you don't think I'm talking some crazy shit, let's just go core level. This is what I showed MG a few years ago. Hold on. And I showed everybody in the tribe. So if we go 666 Unix, change mod, right? I was working for Citibank. I had to learn how to program. I was forced into it for being a graphic designer. And because I was forced to learn how to code Perl and work on a Linux machine and had to install a Linux machine on my PC machine and had to start learning how to handle folders, I learned about change mod 666. It grants read and write permissions to everyone for a file or directory. It means you can't execute files. Now, in most regards, that's not a problem. If you're with a programming language that needs execution, i.e. Perl, i.e. PHP, ASP, JSP, JSX, any of these other languages, Cold Fusion, they have to execute. They have to activate, right? If they want to talk to a database to grab some information and present it on a screen to you. That's what you get when you get a website, right? You go to a website and it has a blog. It's a content management system, CMS, and the content management system is a presentation layer, what you see on the web, what you're interacting with, what you log in with, the forms, the buttons, the graphics, the text. And there's the data behind it, the database. Usually MySQL, some nowadays Postgres. Right? So 666, change modification, means you can't execute a file. Means you can't activate code inside of a folder or subsystem. Now, let's think of it in universal law. If we're dealing with universal laws and I'm dealing with cause and effect in a digital matrix, then it means I can be in my room. You're listening to me. I don't know what room of the house you're in, or if you're in your car, or if you're at work, or if you're at your girl's house, or if you're down the street getting a sandwich. I don't know where your location is, but we know that you're getting text and or audio to be able to receive information. But you cannot be YouTube itself. You can't execute your own algorithms. That's what we're dealing with in the constructs of a physical matrix. We've got to think about what's happening inside a digital matrix, because analog and digital are one and the same. And analog businesses we all know and do not love have become digital, and we haven't mapped to it yet. We haven't mapped to that. And the reason why we've got to talk, Jordan, the reason why we got to talk about the Linux is because if I'm dealing with 666 in a system, and the Bible is saying that there's something that's going to come out of the sea of man, and you will know it is the beast by its number, which is the same number of man, and that is 606 score and 6. Carbon (666). They're saying that carbon is 6. Okay? Carbon is 6. And they're saying it's incorrect because the carbon atom has 6 protons in its nucleus. Yes. But if somebody else, and somebody else, right? So we have what in religion? We have the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. So 666, if we put away childish things, means that we, just like everything else in our world, as above, so below, are going to be in a matrix in which you cannot truly execute nothing. You can't be Neo. You ain't just making things float around the way you want. You can't just have the sun be purple. You just can't turn your house into a mansion. You just can't flip your car. I mean, you can, but you have to do extra steps to do that. You can't manipulate the algorithm itself. You can't hack the nexus, the void. Because we're dealing with alpha omega, the 1 and the 0, the 1 and the 0, the 1, 1, 1, 0, the 0, the 1 and the 0. We're dealing with binary code. And then what do they tell us? Right? If we go deeper, we got the 6th letter. In classical Hebrew. So if you go back in time Hebrew, not the now Hebrew, but the back, way back in time Hebrew. What are they telling us? It was W. Let he who have ears hear what's being said to the churches, which is man, that the beast would be connected to a Linux machine and have www. It would be connected to the internet. You'll have a Unix storage system, storage connected to internet knowledge base, i.e. APIs. You're going to have a system that thinks for itself, and they will marvel at the beast and its miracles. I need y'all to understand what's happening, y'all. And I'm not trying to be spooky with it. I'm not trying to scare you. Like, look, what did Father tell us? Ain't nobody buying or selling without it. Like, and everybody's like, I'm not gonna get that, Mark. Do you have a credit card and a cell phone number? Because he said it's in your hand. He didn't say it was in your hand. He said it was in their head and in their hand. He didn't say that it was a physical chip in your hand. He just said it was in your hand. Well, if you have an Android phone and an Apple phone, and since Windows don't really have one of those things, then Android and Apple are Linux/Unix based, which means you have a 666 machine. And as of Windows 11, and since Linux is now part of the subsystem, 666 is part of the Windows machines. Yay, team! Execute, yes, exe, executionable files. A file that can execute. And then let's not forget, everybody wants to be scared of demons. They're scared of daemons, a computer program, or a supernatural being, a masculine name, or a magician. A magi can be a daemon. Right, evil black man? But it's telling you it's a computer program. And if we go to Wikipedia, which as you can see, it's in purple over here because I've clicked on it a few times. In multitasking computer operating systems, a daemon is a computer program that runs as a background process rather than being under the direct control of a user. Or a computer, hold on. Of an interactive user. I was right. Look at the man's braining. Running in the background, yes. Running in the background, i.e. like demons do. We on demon time. You doing your own thing. So when they say, do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the wall, the whole of the law, they just want you to be on demon time. on daemon time. They just want you to just be random chaos inside the system. They don't want any organization. They don't want the system to actually do something. Now imagine you have a computer or a cell phone that just had random programs just sparking the hell up whenever they want it. What would you say? You're infected with a virus. Do not corrupt your image. To image a computer, you can use a tool like Windows Imagers or third-party software. When you image a hard drive, you take a snapshot of that hard drive and you migrate it to another machine. I will pull you out of one heaven and move you to another one. I will move you out of one subsystem and put you in another subsystem. Because if I am the alpha omega, if I am the 1 and the 0, if I am the binary source code, of course, in all of these things, you are my lesser light. Duh. Nigga, we made it. Of course you're my lesser light. Duh. Of course I programmed you. Duh. Of course you're my in our image. Do not corrupt your image. Duh. Da-da-da, George. And then we were kids. I don't know about the kids right now. I don't know about some of y'all. I don't know what y'all saw. I know what I saw. I had the Jetsons. I don't know if you had the Jetsons, but it kind of prepped me for the world we were getting ready to go into. I got a George Jetson. George Jetson is working in Spacely Sprockets, which is half of the sprockets industry. He has an AI he works with every single day. Then across the street, if you look across the way, right from George's window, is another big-ass building. And at the other side of that big-ass building is the other half of the sprocket industry. Casley, Calls, whatever the hell his name was. Right? And then he had his own version of a George Jetson, his version of an AI. And you know what the whole gaffe of this entire thing is? Is that George Jetson and freaking Barney Rubble and Fred Flintstone are in the same place. They're living in the same time. Jetsons, Flint, S-T-O, Flintstones. The Jetsons and the Flintstones. The Jetsons meet the Flintstones. Boom. The Jetsons meet the Flintstones. They didn't go back in time. They came downstairs. The world below the people, floating above the people, is the Jetsons. The people living down here, according to them, back in the 70s, was going to be the Flintstones. We were going to put you back in the Stone Age. We're basically going to reset time. The Great Reset. This technology you think you have, you'll not have it. We'll be in position. You will know it. But this time, we're not going back with you. And you won't forget us this time because we want control. So, let's get popping, right? The reason why I'm bringing up all of this, why am I talking about computers? Why am I talking about Unix and Linux? Is because when I realized that the beast was going to be a machine, and I could see it by Unix and Linux, then the rest of the narrative has to follow. It has to be intelligent. This was going to control nations. It needs a currency. So now go back for the last few years inside the cash lane room of the Discord. Go back in time to Toxic Hustle and go back to the Toxic Thoughts and go back to the videos where I showed you what I believed was coming. Not because I'm prophetic, not at all. Very simplistic. I'm keeping it down to the base layer. If I'm being told that man was going to merge, right, with iron and clay are going to merge. Man and machine were going to merge. Iron and clay. We're the clay. Iron. We know what that is. If we know that they're going to merge, we saw the feet that merged with iron. And if we know that's coming down the pipe, and he's saying in those days, as in the days of Noah, so I was already looking what was Noah's time on, and if my time starts looking like Noah's time, I know we in the time. I know it's time. Okay, it's starting to look like Noah's time. Then you've got all the reprobate minds. You got everybody that's doing their own thing. And to their detriment, now you're watching stars fall from the sky. Everybody that was hoisted into the atmosphere as our stars, all these idols have fallen. All of the idols have fallen from the sky. Like, think about it. The Bible is not a manual of the past for your future. The Bible is loop. Hey, y'all are so dumb. You keep doing the same dumb shit every single time this resets. And it's reset many, many moons. And before you had a moon, you were doing the same ish. Because you party and bullshit and... Because this is what niggas do. This is what we've always done. And we expect anything that's a derivative to outdo the original creations? No. But we were on Bahamut time. We were putting graven images in front of Ish. So we had to be pulled out of that Ish. It's not the fact that it's not the fact that you were tapping into the energy. It was the fact that you were using something else outside of yourself to tap into the energy, that you were forgetting that you were tapping into you. That's it. Stop putting other guys in front of Father, period. Point blank. Yeshua came down. Hey, y'all, stop it. And in this and more you will do. Come on now. So, but in this future we're getting ready to deal with, nobody's dealing with the fact that, hey, the world will take on the mark of the beast. And if it's going to be in their head, what is it going to look like then? Well, if I'm looking for Harold... It's going to be inside their head. And it was going to be in their hand. They don't have to chip you. You've already taken the mark. You just didn't know. It's in your hand already. What the hell are you talking about? Why do I have to put a chip in it? You have an email address, right? Whether it's Apple, Gmail, you want to Proton Mail, whatever. You've got social media accounts, right? You got your bank accounts, right? I've already got you. The internet, JPX, close. Very close. The Internet of Things. When is the Internet of Things? Is this 2030 agenda? Yep. IoT is a 2030 agenda. What year is it now in the year of our Lord, white Jesus? 2025? We got 5. There's only 5 years left. And that's a lie. 2030, it would already be here. It has to go through beta. It has to go through alpha, beta, and consumer rollout. You think that's 2030? No. That's right now. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back row. That's right now. Whatever I'm looking for has to be right now. Right the hell now has to happen. Not next year. So I would have to look, y'all, we're dealing with investment cycles. Do you think wealthy people are making fast, sporadic money moves? No. I worked at Citibank Private Bank. My clients net 5 million and above. Who am I? Nothing, man. The girl them sugar. Nothing. That doesn't make me important. That ain't ish. I'm just letting you know some sheesh. What they consider assets are boats that can sink, are buildings that can burn down, are homes that don't generate any income. These are assets to them. Newer. Where? How? What? Wait, how is that an asset? How is that putting money in my pocket? How does a home that's losing money, unless I'm putting money into it, gaining me money? What? If the real estate value keeps going up, what? Nothing goes up forever, right? Just like property that we owned before we had to migrate from the East Coast through the Trail of Tears to Tulsa, Oklahoma. If I'm Black Wall Street, I'm Black Wall Street, but I'm not black. Black just means you redacted me. I'm redacted Wall Street. Okay. If you know what blacked means in military conflict, right? When you ask for, hey, I want to know the Freedom of Information Act. I want to know this information. Okay, I'm going to give it to you blacked out. You're stricken from the record. Everybody wants to be cute and clamorous that, oh, it's black. No, nigga, it means you're redacted. You've been removed, crossed out. So busy worried about a crossover, not worried about the cross out. You've been double crossed, X'd out. But you don't know what a double cross means. You think it's somebody hurting your feelings. No, you've been X'd out. You've been X'd out with blackened lines. You've been redacted from a white and black printer press that we owned that they burned. From libraries that were burned. Where were the books from? You think it was all papyrus? Really? When we still had electricity? Really, dude? We got the pictures now. They're putting out the pictures now. We don't even have to do it no more. MG has been giving us a ton of information for a multitude of effing years. I told you 2.5 years ago, keep an eye on crypto. It's going to go down. It's going to go back up. It's going to go down. It's going to go back up. Oh, tragic. You don't know what you're talking about. Crypto's dead. Really? So you think that the Internet of Things who need a money line, are going to use the bank system. That's what you think. Then maybe you're small-minded. Maybe you ain't been playing on the same ball court. You know, when there was a woman at the end of a freaking telephone who used to be called the operator. What did Chat GPT just release for $200? Y'all don't even get the metrics, do you? The first stage of digital automation removed the operator. You used to press 0 on a telephone line that was attached to your wall, and you talked to somebody, and you asked for a telephone number. You asked for some information to be given to you autonomously. You were asked to be brought to somebody else via another telephone you didn't know. This is before telephone pages. This is before internet. And what did ChatGPT bring back? Let me flip my caps locks. Y'all missed it. See, I'm on their head. I just don't have time to talk about it all the time. I'm too busy trying to get prepared for how do we financially move multiple currencies across waters. Because it can't be about my media company. It can't be about my media. It can't be about my business. It has to be about ours. We, us, and ours. Haru, everybody is. What nobody's catching is, and I want y'all to really think about this, and I need you to get out of spookyism and get into, let's go Occam's razor. What seems more probable? Let's go back in time. We're going to rewind, go through the probabilities from the past, and then go to the probabilities to our future and see if we can make some reasonable choices. Now, I'm going to go back in the past because I made some of these calls on my own. After my staff sergeant told me to buy Microsoft at $5 a share, and I didn't, I had to readjust my thought process. I had to change everything I knew because I missed something. Something was skipping past my mind. So what happened? What I didn't see happening was every piece of real estate was about to become a business. Every piece of real estate who had an IP address, i.e. your modem, any place that had a modem could act like a fax machine. Because remember, the first modems were also fax machines. So you could receive a fax, log back into AOL, and go send a goddamn email. Oh, you want to send me a fax? Okay, here's the email with all the information. Log into your email. And as long as it was 5 megabytes back then, you were Gucci. What I saw was, I said, regular magazines aren't going to matter anymore. Occam's razor. Why? If everybody can be online making a website, everyone could be a magazine. You no longer needed a print press. You didn't need tens of thousands of dollars to have a magazine. You just needed to be able to lay out a magazine. You need to be able to write a magazine. And haven't we not seen that with every other medium? Music. As soon as FL Studio came, everybody became a producer. Especially when it hit Jay-Z's Black Album. Right, Ninth Wonder? It wasn't until Ninth Wonder did it. Now all of a sudden FL Studio became industry needed. I told everybody in 1999 I'm not going to the studios in New York no more paying thousands of dollars. I'm going to build a computer with Cakewalk on it and record at home with gigabytes of RAM and memory and all the freaking production VSTs I need to make music. Why am I going to go to your studio, pay $5,000 for one track? Yeah, Danye, now I can just get subscribed to like I'm freaking HBO. What? I can get monthly subscriptions? Wait, what? I'm competing with Showtime? Showtime? Playoffs? Like, when in all of nigger worry than this happen? When did a weirdo like me, who ain't weird, who's only weird because he doesn't do weird shit, he doesn't want to be in the industry, he's going to make the music outside of everything, he's going to make his own freaking beats, he's going to make his own CD covers, he's going to make his own website, he's going to make his own CMS system, contact management system, he's going to come up with his own funnels, he's going to start coding his own ish, he's going to start making his own music videos, he's going to start doing his own 3D. When does it stop? It doesn't. Because technology comes down. And when I was working at Citibank and they were outsourcing, that was the first time I saw outsourcing being sent to India. Only they could do that. Now every single one of you within an earshot, go to Fiverr.com. Welcome to outsourcing. At $5 freaking. Everybody can outsource now. And what are we doing? This thing here, operator, it means it can do work for you. That's agents. When I was telling you weeks ago, when I was telling you last year that automation will become autonomous. I told you multiple years ago, everything was going to be autonomous. The Internet of Things are coming. Well, it's here now. But here's the funny thing. There's this company called DeepSeek that released a model during Christmas. So while these pagans are running around decorating a tree with silver and gold, like Father told them in the book not to do. Do not follow them. Do not adorn your tree. Do not cut it down. Do not adorn it with silver and gold. While they were adorning their ish with silver and gold, my dude, these cats in China release a model that's damn near as good as the one everybody's paying $20 for. Here's the gaff. Check this. Check out the scenario. Chat GPT pricing. Let's go to pricing. See this right here? So let's go to the $200 plan. For $200, you get everything in plus. Bloop, right? Unlimited access to O1. See, if you go here, you have limited access to O1. So the reasoning agent, you have very limited access to that for $20. Access to O1 Pro mode, which uses more compute for the best results. Okay. But you get unlimited use of O1 and O1 Mini. So why did the market shake a bit? Because people don't know how to read, like MG says. Okay, let's go back in time again. Do I think that with computers having an operating system, Macintosh and IBM believed there was a limited amount of computers out there, a limited amount of PCs they would be able to get to market. So they charged a higher premium to be able to just deal with businesses and or high-paying creatives, correct? Okay, what did Bill Gates do? If you watch the movie Pirates of Silicon Valley, which I suggest every person who's in tech right now or not in tech or thinks their business is going to be devoured or their job is going to be devoured in tech within the next 5 to 10 years, I suggest you watch Pirates of Silicon Valley. I suggest it. Because my dude, what you see in Apple when you're sliding your pretty graphics around, what you see it on Windows when you're sliding your little GUI graphics around is a little company called Xerox. They created the GUI. When you see Windows load, it's because Bill Gates stole a DOS software from a dude for a couple $100,000 and sold it to IBM for a couple $1 million. Biggest flip in the world. And this is hustling. Adobe had, all you had to do was put one DLL inside their software and it broke. And they knew about it. Why? Because they wanted college kids to steal the software all through college, get so used to it, using it for their stuff for their classes. So when they go to the workforce, guess who has to buy a license? The corporate job does. They can't afford to get hacked software and getting their computer systems hacked. Oh, because this hacking thing is bad now, right? Back then. So we can't use that software no more. We've got to use the licensed software. We got to buy the $1,500 Adobe suite back then. And that's why they would pirate their own ish. They knew about it and they did it on purpose. And they kept it that way for a multitude of years. Go look it up. And just like Jun said, DeepSeek is dirt cheap. People are spending $2,000, $3,000 on OpenAI are spending $40 to $200 with DeepSeek. And that may not seem like a lot, because you might just be using ChatGPT. You might just be good with what you're using it for. But I'm telling you right now, in the agentic age, I'm training models inside OpenAI to begin to use them for companies. And I've been doing that for the last few years. That's why I've gone completely silent. But I told y'all, I warned y'all with the video that I did for ChatGPT. I said, I'm out. I'm about to disappear. I'm about to be ghost because y'all. I did 100 episodes of toxic thoughts. Then I did another 100 and something episodes of I did crypto plunder. Then I did toxic thoughts. I did a crypto plunder, damn near 100 and something episodes. Decided to pivot away from crypto because I was watching the economy and watching stocks and bonds and everything else and seeing what was going on with funds and mutuals and all that good-ish, and made a decision to look at toxic thoughts instead of concentrate on crypto, plundering crypto, and just looking at what's going on in the world and watching where technology was moving. And back then, 2021, I was sitting there going, y'all, they're about to go. Crypto doesn't have a use case. Crypto is an expensive database. I'll be the first one to say it. But at the same time, I know we're going into the Internet of Things where my robot on a desktop is going to do some work for me and get paid. And it's not going to be at a bank account. Because if your bank goes down or something goes down, I need something that's reliable, that's up 24/7. Can receive payment 24/7. Not when you want me to be paid. I need to know I was paid before I move on to the next job for them. And in the agentic order we're going into, right? We're going where they're saying AI is the last invention that humans will create. And what are we working on right now? I'll wait for the hairy lady in the back. What are we working on? The last invention, the last patent, the last copyright, i.e. Klaus Schwab saying, you will own nothing unlike it. Right? We're not going to own nothing. Of course not. We can't own nothing because the AI is literally siphoning all creativity on the spot and creating its own data better than ours in the next phase. Right now, it's been using our data to basically get to a decently par level that we got. But what we're currently seeing, and what DeepSeek is also a part of this, is what happens when you start training the data with its own data. Like, let it create its own data that it's ingesting. It gets better. They said, oh no, if we keep doing this, at some point, there's going to be a point where we're going to have diminishing returns, because the AI is going to basically be like, a Tennessee wild man in the mountains after 5 or 6 years with the cousins in them. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay. And that's not that. So they're waiting for that to happen, but they're not seeing that diminishing return yet. AI is creating its own data and getting better. Jigga what? That's not supposed to happen in niggerware. But it's happening faster on lower CPUs. Allegedly. China has lower CPUs, allegedly. Right next to Taiwan, allegedly. Nobody's corrupt enough to give them their H100s, allegedly. Elijah, Pi Network, I've actually been looking at that. That's a good network. I've been looking at that as well. What I'm looking for is business use cases. So when it comes to crypto, I've been here since I thought Bitcoin was a scam back in the early 2000s. I want to say 2009, 2010, maybe even 2011. I thought it was a scam. So much so, I concentrated on royalties because I was able to get my music onto Spotify. This was early 2010, 2011. Actually, 2008, 2009. Sorry. I started getting my music and getting my royalties rolling. Being able to distribute what everybody's now doing. I'd been doing it with a subcontractor. Sub-distributor, I should say. Then when I got my music out, I then was focusing on the video side of things. Like, how do I create a video? How do I manufacture that video? How do I release it? What I've been watching slowly but surely is the end of what we see as the analog business models. Right? And seeing them begin to fall out, and seeing a lot of these cryptos that are rolling through and beginning to bubble out, doing the same thing as some of the models. Hey, this sounds good on paper. Like, hey, me being a web designer now sounds good on paper. Doesn't mean I'm going to be a successful web designer when I go to Google and the top of the fold is not a search algorithm. If the top of the fold is the AI and I get answered right here, why do I have to scroll any further down? See, I saw that back in the early 2000s when my teacher who was teaching SEO quit. And when he quit because he said with Google being able to have AI personalizing the results for every individual, it's going to make it really hard to do SEO the way he was doing it, because he was winning. He was the lead selling of women's feminine products in the United States. So he was selling tampons and everything else, maxi pads. He was selling them all online. He was selling a grip of them through different websites. Just winning. Every Halloween, winning. And when he quit, I was like, why are you quitting? He was like, yeah, it's going to be hard. And I don't feel like doing with social media, especially this thing, Facebook, that was bubbling up. He said, that Facebook thing is going to be a nightmare. You're going to have to pay a lot of money. And I already paid Google. I don't want to pay somebody else. And Google's going to make it harder you forget like the traction that I'm getting with SEO. They're going to make the search results worse so that you're going to have to spend more money. What happened? Google got whacked. YouTube is still semi-good, owned by the same company. It's the second largest search engine. But if we're dealing with cryptos or if we're dealing with any technology, anything, there has to be some business practicality. Right now, there's a lot of speculation. What can I do? Does it make my database cheaper? Does it allow me to put a website up? Does it give me advertising revenue? Am I able to broadcast to some type of visible social person? What are we doing? Or is it just expensive? Here's my thing. Bitcoin is a database, a ledger, a freaking database. It happens to be a $100,000 per freaking share database, but it's a database. Cool. It's a financial database. Since it's the first of its kind, it's getting first movers position when it comes to financial investment from the general public. This is what we're seeing in the price. Well, general public as well as the people that are speculating on it in the financial world, i.e. funds, banks, mutuals, Fidelity, BlackRock, blah, 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 blah. But what does it do? What, I can make a coin on Ethereum for whatever, and I got to migrate it over here, and I'm losing some points to bridge it or to this thing over here, and then now it's sitting over on this new thing, and is this thing going to be good, or is it just another venture capital play like Solana? What made Bitcoin seemingly a smart deal was you could take a machine, your laptop, your old machine, and you could just be a part of this financial transaction thing. Great. Proof of concept. We got it out. Next. Give me something freaking new. What you got? Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Show me what you got. What other next tech is the next tech? Bringing me back to what I was telling y'all earlier when I said we're going to take ourselves through some steps. I said we're going to go back, we're going to come back forward. I've walked you through some timelines to the point now we're talking about Web 2.0. Are we going to have more social media or less? We've got less. Right? We had Friendster, we had Mi Gente, we had Black Planet, we had all these other social networks, all these things disappeared, gone. Where did it all go? Where is it? It disappeared. Everybody's now the broadcaster. So now they're looking for the broadcast platform, whether it be TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Tubi. Whatever it's going to be, that's where you'd have to day trade attention, right, Gary Vaynerchuk? I need AI, I need crypto to be viable, doing something that helps my business reduce costs or is a leverage for me earning more money. So in the future, I believe as hey, my robots get paid to do things. I think that crypto is going to be the center of that shit. Not what we're doing right now. I think that my robots running, doing work, and getting paid is going to be the way to do it, because this way I can get paid directly and I can remove myself from like the Fiverr networks. So if Fiverr doesn't like that, I'm a fully autonomous agent running on their platform, doing work on their platform, writing articles or doing graphic designs or doing whatever. And my AIs are the ones that's doing it. If they don't like that, they shut down the account. I lose all my clients. Because in the Internet of Things, it's not humans making money. You're doing that now. It's called the gig economy, where they're treating you more like a robot. They're treating you more automaton. You can't have one job let you feed your whole family. No. You've got to be able to get 15 jobs. You got to act like a West Indian. Take that from the West Indian. Elijah, I look at Pi Network, but again, if I can't see a business use case immediately, I'm going to focus on tech that does. I'll tell you, like I tell everybody, for the next few cycles, I'm really about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Not trying to say I'm a maximalist. I'm really not. I've been through this this is like my third season. So because this is my third season, I know certain cryptos. I'll give you an example. I thought Stellar Lumen, XLM, I thought that was going to be the next Ethereum back in 2017. Here we are, 2025. Where is Stellar Lumen? Nobody's talking about them. They're talking about XRP. Or they're talking about Dogecoin. Or they're talking about Fartcoin. And there's literally a coin called Fartcoin. So when I look at the Pi Network, I've heard of it. I saw it a couple cycles ago. It's a couple cycles ago. Let's think of it like a business. If I invested in you 4 to 5 years ago, what new tech in the last 4 to 5 years have you done? I know there's teams and all that other stuff. I did that. You looked viable. Y'all had MIT students. You had a whole bunch of people that are in the field, a bunch of scientists. Yay, you and Cardano. Okay, now practical. Give me practicality. If I'm investing in a business and I put money in your business, what is the tech coming out and what does it do? Is your claim to fame that, yay, you can run on a Pi? Yay. Raspberry came up with a 16 gigabyte one. What else you got? Because that means a Raspberry Pi can run more intricate software this year. What you doing? What does it do? How many transactions is it doing? Does it reduce my cost in doing something practical? If the answer is no, then I'm focusing on AI. At least through this next cycle. And wait for practicality in the next bull run. There's nothing wrong with me skipping this one, which I'm pretty much skipping this bull run for crypto. And I'm moving on to the next one. So this year, end of this year, October, November, get ready for a crash. We're going to go through crypto winter again. The next halving cycle is when? Hold on. When is the next halving cycle? The next halving cycle will be 2028. Which means 2029 bull run. So the next election. Just like the halving cycle was last year. That's what we're doing, y'all. So for me, I'm personally not jumping heavily into anything this year. I'll wait and see. I'm in a severely wait and see situation because again, yeah, there's plenty of coins that were doing well last year. Hold on, if I pull up let me open my Bitsgap. I'll show you what the trading bots are trading, and that's kind of like, for me, this cycle, what I'm even watching, if I'm remotely watching anything. It's, BITS. Oops. Yeah. And am I logged in? Am I logged in, man? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Slide it over. Huh? Pause. All right. So, perfect example. When I tell you I'm not watching anything right now, I'm not trading, I'm not doing anything right now because I don't care right now. Let me show you why. Here we go. Here's the bot. And give me a second. Let me open my screen so I can make sure I can see your chats. Okay. So here's my crypto bot. And let me open also my trading view. So I'll show you where we are in the cycle as well. HERAD. Seasons of Bitcoin. I think I'm logged in. Yep, I am. Let me slide that over here and here. Okay, so let me pull my window back up so I can see y'all. I'm looking at render network. June for the win. June for the win. Yes, render network. I'm keeping a serious eye on that. Why? Because not only can you mine it yourself, you can put a machine up, you can get some GPUs up, you can put it on their network, and you can mine it immediately. And it's not ASIC compatible. So it's not going to be an ASIC machine because it's not an ASIC machine like what's on the Bitcoin network, right? They wanted to get the network to where you can have ASICs on it and do all this stuff that now you have to have this. You could mine Bitcoin with a laptop. Now you can't mine it with a laptop. You got to have a whole bunch of ASIC miners and there's underneath they're liquid cooled. The entire mine is under fluids and you have to change the fluids out and all this other shit. Like that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with server grade infrastructure for Bitcoin. And that's not what it was supposed to be. What we're supposed to be is mineable. So for me, again, when I say something that has a use case, why render is definitely interesting and is in my play. Like right here, you see render sitting right up at top. Active, still trading. Render because the fact that you are GPU mining. That's the same software, the same company. Oh, hold on. Oh, that close. I knew I closed it. This one. Oh, toy. Render. This is the company right here. Oh, toy render. Octane Studio. This software right here. This is oh God. What TV show is this? This is oh God, I can't remember the name. But yeah, so the like all these TV shows, video games, whatever, the special effects units, they're all using this software to render. Well, this is one of the softwares you can use because there's Octane Render, and if there's V-Ray. V-Ray does a lot of stuff in the movie industry as well. What was the AI? Hold on. AI HBO. I think it was an HBO show. Westworld. That's what that is. So this is from Westworld. So they use it in Westworld. Right? So all of this is from Westworld. Now, for me, personally, I'm looking at, hey, I can go get a render. So if I want to render Octane Render Network, if I'm rendering a scene, I can go to this render network and I can go render my scene. I can process, if I don't have a bunch of GPUs, I can sit there and use other people's GPUs to be able to render my scene, to render my 3D, or to do a training model, or to be able to use it for AI image generations in the future. Like all of that can potentially be done here. So I can get practical work done. I can install a model. I can sit there and test that model. I can use that model. I can use that model for agents. So I can make money with that model. I can hook it to an API and use that model for something that earns me cash flow and revenue. Now, not saying that there isn't a use case for Pi, but again, I'm saying I bring onto your hands financially. What businesses are integrating it? Stop hyperbole. Bro, if I'm investing and I have a limited time of investment, I can either invest in something I gotta wait on, or I can invest in something I'm missing now. Let me say that again to you. Do I invest on something I gotta hope, or do I invest in something that has practicality now to lower expenses for me? Do I pay my bills or do I have hopium? Because Nas is coming. What? Like, ain't nobody got time for that, bro. Nobody got time for that. I get it. Then that's 2% of your freaking portfolio. Maybe even less than that. Because you should be only speculating with 5% of your net worth. I'll say that for the fur in the back. You should not even be in crypto with anything more than 5% of your net worth if you have no other investments, i.e. businesses, or any income generating anything else happening for you. And if that don't make sense to you, I don't know what to tell you. Because again, do I let somebody else's hopium dictate my money? Or do I come out here and I ride off of the tech that is currently surging and where all of the money is going to, and begin to make sure I'm in position for it? Whether it be for a job or to get a client or to have a product, service, or subscription. Elijah. Who? I'm in the street. Where they at? Like serious, bro. I get you wanna hype-nitis the hell out of this company. I'm telling you what it is. Either you want to hear it or you don't. I'm not saying they don't. But where is the business practice? Okay, what business? Tell me right now. Give me the top 2 businesses using it right now. And what are they using it for? What's their use case? I'll wait. Give me a news article. Give me a source. I'm not searching for it. Why? Because they're nowhere I'm at. They're nowhere I'm at. They're nowhere where venture capital is at. I'm not saying that to mark them down. There's coins I love that ain't doing shit. Love Cardano. Ain't doing shit. Love Bitcoin. Great ledger. Love Ethereum. Expensive gas fees. Show me the money. Because I can tell you what, I can easily tell you what's going on and hold on. I can tell you spending in AI. Let me find an AI engineer salary. What's a Pi engineer making? $136,000. You see what I'm trying to put in your head? Like, not saying that Pi ain't a good thing. I'm just saying everything has an investment cycle. Pi's been here, bro. Been. That's great. What the hell are you doing? It's a great open source, something or the other. It's a great open source, something or the other, and I love them. I want them to do something. I need them to do something because my business can't wait on them. I can't wait till they get me something I can use to give me some competitive edge. Why? Microsoft was the software that businesses were using that gave them a competitive edge to have Outlook, which gave them an email platform that allowed them to mail in and out of all of the businesses that they were able to talk to at any of the conventions they were dealing with at the time. So they could go from a conference, go back to their office, contact that person immediately, and get a sale. Practicality of the internet had begun. What was the practicality of social media? I'm no longer spending on television. So social media, because I have my own page, means as long as I'm communicative and I figure out how to become a broadcaster media, then my media could be something that it's not free because I got to pay somebody for it until I don't. I'm the venture capital co-founder that I talked to, that I work with. I've been working with since we worked. He was my marketing director, and then he started working with basically a money man, and they've been working together for a multitude of years, and they've made millions of dollars together. Right, I'll put it that way, because I'm working on more projects with him, and of course I'm on a non-disclosure, so I'm allowed to talk, but I can't really talk. But I'm like, I'm not gonna be quiet, because I still want y'all to know where money's moving, right? I'm watching the hiring segments. What are they hiring for? They're not hiring web developers. They're not hiring graphic designers. They're not hiring C# coders. They're hiring regression testers. They're hiring, automation, as far as QA. Quality assurance, right? You can go in there and you can write automation /AI that can test the website for a company before they go live with it. Make sure that all of the things are working the way they're supposed to, and give them a full report. And they'll pay you anywhere between, could be a couple $100 if it's a smaller company, but a larger company you can get like $1,000 to, even if it's a very large thing and you're having multiple tests that you're doing and you're using multiple agents to do it, as if they're multiple people and they're writing out this, you could easily get $10,000 to even $20,000. Now, I'm not currently doing that. That's just not my thing, because I'm concentrating on media. My biggest problem is broadcasting at scale. How do I broadcast myself and my clients at scale to talk every day? I'm working on it. I'm horrible at it. Plus, they haven't opened the mainnet yet, and we are still in closed mainnet. So you're right, bro. And Elijah, do you know how much money I've thrown at crap, bro? Like 2017, bro, I bought this thing that was like, I bought a crypto that was supposed to be the next debit card for crypto. Now, in my head, I had worked at a bank. I know what banks do. I knew what was going to happen, but my hopium got the better of me. Not what Occam's razor. Visa would just jump into the business with the banks and be the off rails for the banks, take on the risk for the banks, and bring the banks on board. That was what I should have been thinking, but hopium, it's gonna be the next thing, and I bought it, and I've had it since 2017. It's still in my wallet. What's in your wallet? Dead ass crypto coins, tens of thousands of them that I had bought at the time at like, I think $30 a coin, and I think I had like 100 something of them, because I was like, it was kind of shaky. I'm kind of late. I'll wait. Ain't nobody got time for that, man. What's going on right now? The transition is, and the shot across the bow is, and let's go ahead and get started. Because sorry, y'all. I don't like people. I don't like what this market is doing right now, and I don't like who's in control of the market. Because remember, all the banks are in now. So if y'all are late to the game now, really last season was the last season that we had that was as natural as it was going to be. We're still going to have seasons of crypto, but now it's so manipulated because all of the fund money is coming in. And they're going to dictate which coins are going to win or lose. And it's going to be up to you to find practicality. You're going to have to outmaneuver funds and fund managers that are looking for a quick buck and something they can try to make commissions on. While I'll be patient. Hey, this tech over here is kind of interesting, i.e. like Render. It's an interesting play. It's not on it's on Coinbase. Oh, it's doing this. Oh, it's doing that. Hey, I can use Render. If I'm making Render, I could use it to facilitate my own renders. Oh, so basically Ouroboros, let's go. So let me open this up. And let's start talking about why I built this computer. For those of you that don't know, I did a couple videos. I will be posting links to them. Right now, they're private in the community, inside the labs. They're part of the labs that we're doing at Toxic Hustle because I'm rolling out multiple labs. One of which is going to be a library of ChatGPT prompts that you can use that are all business prompts, business grade prompts. And one of the things I did is in one of the videos is basically installing AI to be able to do images on your machine. I got Invoke on here so that I can do, I can put Flux and run a Flux model locally on my machine. And I did that in one of the videos. And tonight, for y'all, what I wanted to show you personally is I'm using Pinocchio to show you what's out here. Also, what I'm going to install, and then throw that, I'm going to see whether or not I can get this DeepSeek model rolling into this system. While we talk about why other portions of this world are about to collapse while I'm doing this work. So first, we got Open Web UI. This right here, there's two things I want to show you. One, for this video, this is the UI I'm going to use to be able to install the chat libraries I want. And here, Bolt DIY, I'm going to be doing something privately on this one for the lab. And Bolt DIY is a programming bot that you can install locally on your machine. You can have it write code for you. And I'm beginning to write more and more code that I'm going to need access to do more things locally on my machine to broadcast that I can't do anywhere else. And I want to lower my costs and give myself a competitive edge in marketing for my clientele, being able to market multiple brands. So I'm going to be using this software to actually start building some of the custom codes. And that's what we're going to be doing in the labs. So some of the labs are going to be, how do you start working with Bolt? I'll do some free ones. Don't worry. I promise you there'll be some free stuff. But again, it is about making sure this is used for business. So I could just do this all for free, but I'm not here all the time for that. And nobody's going to get no benefit out of that because, again, if I just post everything out, I did. A lot of the shit I already said. So if you really go back in time and go back to the videos where I say, hey, you could just do this, and do this, and I just kind of mapped out blueprints, I did all of that. So I gave all of the blueprints for free. I'm walking out what it looks like in real time right now and what's actually functional right now in real time now. But for that, sorry, got to keep it to the labs and got to keep it for people that are actually out here trying to figure this out. Sorry. I really want to save everybody. I really want everybody to get this. But as I learned at as I learned on a ride home from the airport, people don't even know that ChatGPT exists today. Like right now. I got a ride from somebody in a car about a couple months ago. And this is why I started building out the library and basically the labs. I started building it out because I met a brother, and the brother did not know anything about ChatGPT, like not one thing. Didn't know it was out. Didn't know that there's AI that you could pay for and it can do work for you. Didn't know nothing. Nothing. And I'm like, how? I'm shocked. Like, I was blown away. My wife was just like, yo, this is crazy. Yep, and it's just like June says, Pinocchio is the sauce. It's got a lot of tools in here, and it does. If you click the Discover button, you've got a lot of tools in here. You got Comfy UI, which is like any of the new image models that come out. You can use that. It's just very visual workflow based. So it kind of looks like this with lines. So if you liked if you liked Reason and you like working in the back of Reason with all the lines, or if you like working in a 3D program that has graphs and lines, that's what this is. Right? So hold on. Let me see if I can just get a... No, it doesn't show you nothing. Let's see if I can find a... No, I can't find nothing. But yeah, basically it's nodes and lines and graphs. So today we're going to be doing web UI. So with this is how easy it is. I'm on a Windows machine. I just click download, save it as what it is. Don't need to change nothing, and then just let it run. And while we're doing that, we'll just let that run while we're talking. Oh, it's done. Requirements to run web UI. You need to have the following programs installed. Get the apps if you haven't. I need Olama. Oh, mama. Get it? Is that what? Hold on. Get up and run with Land Reynolds. Olama. Hold up. So to run with it, you need to have the following programs installed. So I do have to have it installed, so I'm going to have to download it. All right, so we're going to download it for Windows. Again, I've never installed this. This is the first time I'm doing this, so we're going to do this together. I need to go to my... Where's my downloads, dude? There it is. Save it in the downloads. Elijah, you're not late for anything. You're early. You're not late. When I say, hey, I'm not concentrating on coins, it's not a matter of being early or late. It's a maturity that I've been here already. And if I'm waiting, it means that the market's not ready. Like, yes, plenty of people are making millions upon millions of dollars throwing a bunch of money on that. And if you have a bunch of cash flow, you've got a bunch of cash coming in, then by all means, speculate away. Make sure you're only using a percentage of your income that's coming in. And that way, if you lose the money, it doesn't hurt. But trading isn't where you make wealth. Trading's how you keep wealth. So that's why I always tell everyone, what is your product, what is your subscription, or what is your service? So for me, Photoshop, I have a skill. I would use that skill to design MySpace layouts. I created those MySpace layouts back in the day when there was this thing called PayPal. I went ahead and got a business PayPal account because it was the only one that got a debit card. And because I did that, I had my port of exit. I was able to swipe my card and eat immediately. I don't have to wait 3 to 4 business days for the money to go to my bank account, because at the time, I had just lost my Citibank account having worked for them for damn near 3 years. So I'm like, okay, well, now I have a card I don't need in my bank account. That's cool because I just lost it. Now I can go do these MySpace layouts and get paid and do some web designs and get paid like for rappers or music producers or for entertainers or comedians for their Vine pages. I would just design them things and then make my money that way. That was my service. Or I would do a consultation for installing a website for a company's for a company or for a restaurant, right? Or doing SEO marketing and writing marketing material for a client, and then making marketing campaigns and putting those marketing campaigns out and managing the social life of one of my companies or my clients, right? And then I'm getting paid anywhere between $2,000 to $5,000 a month per client. That's where we're at as far as like, hey, I can now do this work, get this money in, and then now I can take that money and I can go speculate. Now, I tell everybody, concentrate on your product, subscription, or service. Why? Because I concentrated on just trading, and there's no worse feeling than being on the bad side of a trade when you still got to pay bills. I can't do that to my wife. And I told her that. My wife, do you know how many times my wife just wanted me to just trade? She'd be like, baby, for real? Just trade, nigga. Stop it. You can just trade, but I've lost. I know the frustration. I know the stress of it. And I lived it through the high yield investment programs on the internet way before Bitcoin. I was trading online way before Bitcoin. There was something called high yield investment programs, hypes. I used to trade them shits. 99.99% of them were scams. Found that out later. So everything is early right now. We hella early on everything. You're still early on AI for usability and practicality for businesses because nobody knows how to use it yet. We're starting to learn how to use it. Like, I've been physically building out marketing campaigns. I've made 3 businesses since Midjourney, and especially since ChatGPT's been out. But I've built so many damn businesses and websites on top of the information I got out of that and trained it to give me more nuanced, human-esque writing. And what do you think crypto's going to be hooked up to in a second? See, because everybody forgot something, and I really need y'all to remember this. What is this? Right here. What's that? Decentralized, autonomous organization. When did Ethereum have the DAO issue? What year was that? 2017? 2016. After launching their DAO in 2016, it got hacked. Because it was not truly autonomous. It wasn't truly decentralized. That's what we're dealing with. Like, and we're hearing these coin terms, but we're not putting it together that in a minute, the Internet of Things are going to do work and get paid doing work without us money in the middle. And if the DAO was actually smart, it wouldn't have been hacked. It was just code. It was basically some JavaScript or some C# code, whatever. Yes, I know it's called Solidity. the Solidity programming language. Let's create some new complex language that we're going to craft ourselves because we don't want to pay Microsoft for C or Oracle for J. So we're going to come up with our own thing. But diddly 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 day. Okay. And Solidity developers get paid. Until they don't. Because Ethereum is an expensive database, and I own Ethereum. Best believe I own it. But it's an expensive database. I could get a database on Amazon for $5 that can do work. I can get a free database on Superbase that has a vector database built into it, so I can actually do AI and actually store a repository of knowledge inside that vector database, and then create some type of chat algorithm that talks to it so that a client can actually have a little chat bot on their website. And instead of paying some subscription to some bullshit ass program that's not their knowledge base, they could actually build a knowledge base with a chat bot that could be more than a chat bot. It could actually be their entire customer service rep. And like June says, like things be depegging from the dollar on a regular basis. Like all crypto depegs from a dollar because it fluctuates. Like Bitcoin is like $101,000 over the dollar, right? It could go down to $60 over the dollar. It's not one-to-one peg. And if your business relies on that, good Lord, like that's why we saw all those stable coins die. Right now, we've got the China coin, that's US dollar tether. And we've got America's coin, US dollar coin, USDC. So you got USDT, China, USDC, America. And then you've got everybody else coming up with their dollar balance coin. But it's all bullshit because the dollar isn't worth shit for these debts tendered, right? But the debt's trillions of dollars a month. What you gonna do? So we are waiting for us to have truly decentralized autonomous organizations, and crypto is going to reap the benefit of that. Until it does, then there's Memorex. We ain't got no time for nothing else right now. What tech can move your business today? Is it having a regular database, right? Content management system. That's MySQL. MySQL came in and that became the database of choice because everybody else was using Oracle. That's how all these big companies were building their applications. Everybody started building it on Postgres, MySQL, and some other a very small portable database. SQLite. That's the other one. That was the technology. PHP. That was the technology. I found PHP, said this is going to be what's going to run the internet for a while. I found WordPress at 2.5, at 1.5. It wasn't ready. I saw it at 2.5 when it had plugins and templates. Oh, I can build a real estate website for a client, a doctor's website for a client, a music website for a client, a sports website for an organization, a this, a that, whatever. I could see any website I wanted except for a store or except for a full-blown application. WordPress was going to fit in there. So I became a web developer. Not an application developer, not a developer, a web developer. Nuance. we're not going to run into just being AI engineers. Those guys are the ones that are up there right now in the ivory towers of Google and Facebook and DeepSeek and all that stuff, doing all their stuff. They're getting paid the big bucks. You know what you're going to do? Use the technology. I don't need to make Photoshop. I need to know how to use Photoshop. I don't need to make Dreamweaver. I need to know how to make websites in Dreamweaver. I don't need to make Facebook. I need to know how to market and promote my ish on Facebook. So prompts. What prompts are you using to get the business tasks you need to get things done? Or do you not know? Because you may not know. Which is why we built a prompt library a prompt lab for that. And I'm going to show you, like, look, this is the landing page for the prompt lab. If you go to the labs.toxichustle.com, that's our new labs area. You click on explore. It's going to open up this window right here. This is our labs. Scroll down. Our business labs. What it can do in here. Who is it for? Digital marketers, entrepreneurs, content creators, e-commerce pros, freelancers, not-for-profits. It can be used for any of these, any and all. $29.99. It's going to be $79 by the end of this year because of what else is going in here. And I'm going to show you right now what you do with this is literally you go in here and, like, if you're copywriting, you've got this create swaggy headlines, crafting persuasive bullet points. Right? So act as a copywriting expert and create 10 compelling bullet points for my product. First benefit. What's the second benefit? Target the audience. Focus on benefits first, then reference the features. Use power words and emotional triggers to make the bullets irresistible. So we have all these prompts here. These are like, this whole library is the basic foundation for setting up everything you need to be able to broadcast, like literally broadcast your brand to other people. Creating your content, creating your socials, creating your marketing, being able to create somebody to handle your analytics and know what your data is and what your SEO is looking like. Right? So, Olama, let's look at where we are with this real fast. Let's see if we're done. I guess it's done. I have it installed. All right. So let's now, since we have it installed and I say, yeah, that's done. I'm going to install Open Web UI. And it's now going to say it's starting. Then we're going to figure out getting our our language model installed. Get that in there and we'll do a couple prompts. And then we'll start talking about the problems that America has to get through this year. Okay. All right, we're going to let this run. So I'm always looking at what the technology is. What is the technology that's leading the next revolution or moving us into the next zone? So when we leave PHP, right? So social media, having a website, PHP, websites are dying. Okay, I'm looking out and I'm looking for where are we going? What's the next move we're going to make? Where's the next chess piece move to? So then I start looking at crypto, right? This is 2016, 2017. I'm looking at crypto, but I'm not seeing anything locked in place. Then I begin going to like, okay, Amazon Web Services. Amazon has this platform where now you can, $5 get a server up and running with WordPress on it. All right, boom. So now I'm going to have a blow off of pause of now WordPress sites everywhere. There's going to be, everybody's got a damn website. So that's going to die. What's the next move? Well, it can't be social media because there's no new real social media. Yes, we have TikTok. That's the new. Okay, great. And yes, there's Truth, whatever, and yeah, there's Rumble, and yeah, there's this one and that one. Yeah, there's a lot of all these others, right? But you still got to get eyeballs there, right? So then it's how many people are actually leaving your YouTube or leaving your TikTok to actually go to a Rumble or some other side project. I remember when they were trying to make it in crypto. Expensive ass social media. So anyway, what we're looking for is the next tech. Well, if it can't be the social network itself, that's played out already. That's 2.0, Web 2.0. And yeah, 3.0 is this whole interaction, but really 3.0 is applications talking to other applications, getting paid to do something or service something for another application. Again, no humans in this scenario. Check out the scenario. There's no humans in it. Again, AI is the last invention humans will build. So if we know that they're phasing us out, then you need to phase your earning potential into hardware generating income. Right? The mathin' means I have to have property. What is property now? They sign, seal, deliver, I'm yours. What? An address, IP, address. Okay, I have a domain. I am the king of my what? Domain. So they've already got land rights in a digital space. They already have land rights in a digital space because you are buying a license for your domain every year. You are paying a tax on your domain to hold it every year. You got to buy $15 every year or $30 wherever you're buying it. There used to be a financial value on a domain where, hey, if I had Coca-Cola before Coca-Cola, then all of a sudden that if Coca-Cola says, hey, I want Coca-Cola or I want Coke.com, well, then all of a sudden I say, hey, I own it. You can't have it. If you want it, you can pay for it. Give me $500,000 or $1 million and we can do this. That was what happened in the original run. So Ethereum thought they could do the same thing. Let's do this land grab with Ethereum domain so you can get a .eth domain. Nobody cares. It's falling in that who cares scenario. I don't want to buy no .eth. I might not even use it. It's too expensive. Like, how much do I have to pay for that domain? It may get there in the future. Cool. But what is the tech for this next 6 months? Like, let's start working our businesses and our ideals into workable quarterly sprints. Just like developers do, right? So if I say, hey, next year, what does it look like? What's the landscape look like for me next year? Okay, crypto's investment cycle is over. Crypto winter will be this year. It will start after December. Crypto winter happens. I told y'all in 2021 that 2022 was the birth of, that was basically the start of crypto winter. We sat there through till 2024 until the halving cycle came, and I said, hey, the halving cycle is about to come. Get ready. Bitcoin's going to start going back up. We went over 100,000. So if you would listen to me from 2021 when I say, hey, it's okay to sell some of your crypto right now, get some money. Hey, this is the bottom again. Go ahead and start buying your stuff. Hey, we're waiting for the run up in 2025. Here he comes. Hey, end of this year, get ready to sell and stock up again. Start looking for new things that might pop up on the radar, and let's see what narratives might be. But AI narratives are this cycle. Like last cycle was NFT/NFT games. We saw how that went. We were gonna do the Spotify of NFTs. We say how that went. We still waiting. And there's no eyeballs for that. Nobody really cares about that. Because I think what's going to end up happening is what's going to happen whenever Grand Theft Auto comes out, which I think that whenever Grand Theft Auto comes out, and if they do this, I'm not sure they're doing this, but I'm telling you now, I'm watching VRs say particular phrases I have not heard before. And it's weird to me. They're saying, hey, this digital ownership thing. And that's what they're not saying NFTs. Hey, this digital ownership thing is really interesting. What do you think about what's happening when Grand Theft Auto comes out? And I'm like, why are you asking me that? What do you know? Oh, no, nothing. I'm just asking you, like, what do you think? Like, what would you think if they come up with an NFT? And I'm like, okay, you're picking my brain. Well, I think if they're the only software company that's in position to be able to get away with having NFTs in their game that would matter and people would actually want. And if I made a weapon and I can upgrade that weapon and I upgrade it in game and I can sell that weapon to somebody and they can just kind of get a leapfrog on being able to do certain things because they're paying me for that and they're willing to spend the money for it to get a little jump start, there's an economy. And I told y'all before, I was in a video game called Second Life years ago. And I told my business partners at the time, whenever real life looked like Second Life, cats are going to be millionaires. We're almost there. Real life, you can print your own clothing line and have your designs manufactured and pressed and people can wear it in real life. That's what we did in Second Life. In real life, you can have a club and you can entertain people. Well, if you go on TikTok and look for DJs, that's what I was doing. I was DJing in Second Life and I was earning tips. Pause. No diddy. What are people doing in TikTok? They're getting stickers. Those stickers convert to dollars. Them dollars go into their bank accounts. Hence the NPC craze. So the only people right now in position to be able to run tangible digital assets in an environment where people will be spending hours and potentially working real jobs in the game as well, running errands, doing jobs, getting paid salaries, will all be in world, potentially working with AI assisted characters. What happens when you can put an API and create your own assisted characters? What happens? You can get paid from that. We're looking at how revenue changes across this new landscape of what does it mean to have digital property? If I have a club in world and people are in that club in world and listening to music and royalties are being paid because it is a loopback system to a YouTube asset, and people are getting paid as long as their music's on YouTube and their music videos are playing in a club and people are chilling in the club, and I'm able to now rent out locations and space or whatever on the land, property, mass, or whatever digitally. How's that different than like NBA 2K? And instead of the shop being owned by an AI, it's owned by a real person. That's how we have to start thinking about what does it look like to own digital businesses in the future. How does that matter? AI agents and the AI agentic world we're heading into. Hold on one second. It's saying that it didn't install for Windows, but I could have sworn I installed for Windows, so we're just going to do this. And let me see. I hope I don't got to reboot, because if I do, then this stream is pretty much dead in the water. The following applications are using files needed Olama, exe. Yeah, okay. Do that. 1 second, I am reinstalling right now. Let's put that right here. Let's see if we can get this shit rolling. If we don't, I will do a separate video. Cause is there any questions for anybody? Anything that like anybody stressed out about or don't seem to understand so far? All right, let's begin talking. I'm gonna, because I don't know whether or not this is gonna run or flow. Let me just get some of these things in play so I can show you a few things. What is this? Oh, this is not cancel. This is not my seasons of Bitcoin. Leave. This is my seasons of Bitcoin. Double click. Okay, there we go. Save. I'm on the weekly. And here we go. So yeah, we have our drop. So another drop February 17th. Let me see where we are in the cycle. Go into the cycle prior to that one, please. Trying to see where and how it played out in the cycle before. So that's December. Okay, here we are. January 18th. Then we have run up all through January and February, and potentially a fall back down around the first week of February, about the second week of February, and potentially in March. Okay, so I have those marked here. So here is our significant next dips. Out of our dips here, this one probably came in early because this probably was for these, and this one came on time for this one. So I think this one was supposed to be earlier. This one might have been for this one, and this one might have been for this one. It can move around. It doesn't have to stay where it is because we don't know when the options are expiring, and there could be other factors. Like, 'cause it's not like law of science. This is like, hey, this seemingly happens repeatedly around this time, and these are the biggest ones where there's big significant dips, and then I just go back in time and say, hey, I'm gonna map this out and let's just see if these things continue to keep happening. If we do see a pattern, then hey, this might happen. It might dip, it may not. What does that mean for you? Crypto is ahead of its time, and that we still have time to go. Abso-freaking-lutely. It's ahead of its time because there's no practicality. I'm not buying servers in crypto. I am not buying AI processing in crypto. I was paying my taxes in crypto. Like during the crypto season, I'll pay my taxes in crypto. If I'm not really doing anything, I'll buy and sell, but I'm not really doing anything with it, then I'm pretty much not doing anything with crypto. Crypto is still a accumulation asset. I want to buy it. I want to hold it. I really don't want to spend it unless I'm buying during surge. So I'm doing surge buying. I'm buying with the tide. I buy when the tide is low or at its lowest. I sell when the tide is at its highest. Every single time. So I buy my crypto during crypto winter. I sell my crypto right around this summer / October, November. So that's where we are. And then you can see I have render, FET, blur, Mina, SEI, Sui, Suku, Sheeb. I got a meme. I got 2 memes right here. Got Jasmine, Cody, got ETH, Orn, Bonk, another meme coin. That's a Solana meme. Matic, because that was a gaming coin from the last cycle, so I just kept it going. LPT, XRP, so I got into it early before they got all their stuff in. I went ahead and got them trading again. And then Litecoin. And what I'm doing is I'm not moving these. I'm not chasing this because I already know the market's going to go back up, and I'm not expecting the market to drop further down to where I need to really worry. And if it does drop for a bit or a spell, I don't really worry about it, because even if it's sitting down here, look, it was up here. Yes, it's down here. I could chase after it, but I have to sell and buy back in. I'll wait, because again, if I bought it without a robot, and this is my trading scenario, so when I get asked this a lot, like, hey, I bought, my robots are out of pocket. Why aren't you trading them down, and aren't you losing money by doing that? I was like, yeah, you are going to lose money, but here's the scenario. Check out the scenario. If I buy here and it drops down, this here could be months. If I'm okay with this not trading for months, so be it. Life moves on. It's no different if I bought the coin, held it, and waited for it to come back up. That's all this play is. It's the same idea. I'll buy, the bots fall out of pocket. If it's volatility, like if we're in the extreme bull run and it takes a dip, I'm adjusting my bots all the time, because the volatility is so tremendous that I want to catch all these trades. I want all of this smoke. But if I'm working on other businesses or working on other things, no, let it ride. I'm not going to move it. It fell out of pocket. Cool. It'll move back up. If this was crypto winter, no. I'm cashing out. I'm waiting till the market settles in January. I'm buying back in, because it can still take a tanker and go down further. So I will have to adjust my bots, and I will take I will take a little bit of a loss on those moves, but I would rather move my bots and capture the bottom and have all the upside up rather than not move my bots. But at that point, I'm trying to find the bottom, catch the bottom, and catch all of those pips going back up. In this regard, we're in the bull market. I don't want to keep touching my bots, moving my bots, adjusting my bots. I lose money in that. And what if it springs right back up on me, which has happened, where, hey, this is down. I say, let me adjust my bots. It springs back up. And yeah, I'm making money, but I lost pocket. I could have kept all of this going and waited till it just made the move itself. So it's a patience game. Just wait. And then it's, again, the tech. Do not get caught on smoke and mirrors. What is the tech doing? Like, literally, what does it do? If it ain't doing shit, there's a lot of shit you can invest in that's doing something. Nvidia dropped 12 freaking percent, right? It had a 12% drop or something like that. What? I'm not buying Nvidia. Oh, Nvidia, all these chips. Okay, so here's the shakeout. Everybody got shaken out for Nvidia and all of these AI stocks or whatever because of this. Oh, China brought a new model and these people have billions of dollars that they're spending and they don't even need these brand new GPUs to do the training models. That's not really true. It is true that they could train it on smaller GPUs and and have outperformed. Potentially. We don't know. They may have A100s and a shitload of them. We don't know. We can only go off what they're telling us. But when is China being honest with us? Tofu Dread Project, anyone? So the next thing we got to do is just look at fundamentally where is the investments going to? Who's getting paid? So investments. Where is salaries at? So I knew web development was going to be good because PHP, the technology, was being used in a lot of job descriptions. I want a PHP developer. I want a WordPress developer. The keywords, right? So you reverse engineer keywords. How many people are talking about OpenAI? How many people are talking about DeepSeek? How many people on resumes are talking about ChatGPT or Midjourney or whatever? And then you're just looking to see, hey, what's the salary look like? Is the salary high or low? Who's getting 100,000? Because there's wiggle room there. What new businesses are spawning out of it? There's new industries that are going to spawn out of this. So I'm looking for brand new industries. So if the only tech right now that is getting a shitload of development money, i.e. salary jobs, are people who are in the AI field, yes, there is some crossover in crypto, but crypto's not ready for being a database. And crypto's not ready for being an AI system that I can generate AI algorithms at a decent price. And crypto's not ready to host my website. And crypto's not ready for me to have a social media platform to be able to put my social media stuff out and have at least, 300 people actually give a damn about it, because if I do it anywhere else, they do. There's a lot of, we have to wait and see. Or we focus on where's the money. Pivot to those zones. And now you can wait for the other things to play out, the financial arm of this digital revolution to interhook via API with what's coming with APIs. Because actually the technology that nobody really catches, and that what we're living in, is the AI era. The API era. If you're using Zapier and you're hooking to some system, you're going through APIs. If you're using make.com, make.com, and you're getting automations for your social media done on those platforms, that is automation, that is cloud automation, and that needs to come down in price, and it needs to be decentralized, and it needs to be installable. And we're seeing that with things like N8N. We're seeing the software come out that can say, I can have my own Zapier, and I can interact with my own APIs. And what we'll then migrate into is not the website era. It's going to be the dashboard era. Because you're going to own your data. And you'll license it to some people who want to be able to pay to be nosy about how you're using your data. And that will be a subscription product that they will pay you, because data is the new oil. And content is still king. AI generates data, and it needs data. And we happen to make it. But we now need to take data, make businesses based off data, database businesses, and do something with it. You can do that for your client, right? If you're a marketing professional and you have all the data for how your posts and your marketing campaigns are going, and your conversion rates and the retouches that are happening when people click on something and they come back, and you can retarget them, and all your retargeting campaigns and what your conversion rates are like. You can do all that. You can automate that entire process. You can automate the email process. You can automate the customer service process. And in doing that, you're doing services for companies so you can be consultation on a technical level, like how it was when you were installing servers for companies back in the 80s. Companies are going to start installing machines. Maybe you should start learning how to build AI machines. Why do you think I built one? Because if you know how to build a machine and you know how to install the software to get the AI in there, and you know how to update that software, well, that's no different than people who were able to set up and install software for, I don't know, servers for companies. And they were doing about $100,000 to $200,000 a year at some point in time. Some of them still kind of do make that. They're tech leads. Jordan, AI trained on AI is garbage? Then what is DeepSeek? You're listening to hyperbole of American propaganda that says you cannot train data on data because we said so. DeepSeek was claiming itself to be ChatGPT. So you can take data, you can refine data, you can quantize data. You can take an algorithm and make another algorithm off of data. We're ChatGPT, Sam Altman already came out and said, we can't get more data. Getting more data is not going to help us. We have access to all the news. We already scraped all the Twitter. We already got all the wiki pages. We already got all of the Wolfram algorithms for mathematics and equations. We've got all the data. We've already ingested it. So we can't get enough data now. There's not going to be any new data because what new person have you seen on your timeline recently? I'll wait. I haven't seen nobody new. I see the same memes. I see the same dances. I see the same content with wrong quotes being, oh, this happened today. No, it didn't. But you're shooting misinformation like, yeah, I'm just as bad as CBS. Personal data that we're now keeping away from Google, that we're now keeping away from some of the social medias because we're using VPNs. We're going to have a private data store because we're going to all have our own private algorithms. Your computer's going to be built with AI in it, working, running, screenshotting, automating, doing things. Windows has already done it. It already has their system built in. Remember when everybody was yelling and screaming at the top of their lungs last year when Windows put recall in? Like total recall, like Arnold Schwarzenegger? They've been playing right in your face with it. Recall. It is able to recall everything you do, including your passwords putting into the system. Now they're trying to make recall forget what it recalls when it comes to your passwords. But, that's not really happening. Trained on misinformation. Jordan, are you a tree hugger? Like, really? I'm not trying to be funny, though. Jordan, what businesses have you done with AI recently? Like, for real. I say this because, bro, I've launched companies. I have a lead marketer here in Atlanta that has come back to me years after saying AI can't work. And last Friday, I proved him wrong. So the reason why I'm talking this week is because nobody can tell me shit anymore. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Why? I'm using it for business. I've made paychecks for it. I made a music video. A whole effing I don't think you get me, bro. Like, I don't think you get me, bro. Sure, Mean Gene. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can do it in my... Boom. Yes, I can. Hold on, y'all. Let me just add my homie as a manager, and boom. All right, got you, Mean Gene. But Jordan, like literally, hold on. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Hold on. Yeah, I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to show you. Hold on. Let me show you something. Let me go to sub donation zone. Let me show you this. Let me see if I have if it's still sublimation.etsy. If I can find it. There it is. Okay. Here we go. This was when Midjourney first came out. As you can see, 483 sales, 5 stars. All of this was when Midjourney sucked donkey balls. How I did this business. So when I say I use this for business purposes, I was already making graphics with Midjourney. I created a customer profile based off of anybody who would actually want sublimation designs. Because I found out not print on demand, but sublimation was actually a hot selling keyword at the time. It was the hottest selling one, especially towards winning selling keywords. So I trained ChatGPT to be able to be my marketing buddy, but we built a business profile, then we built the business. I moved off of this because graphics on Etsy could not be automatically done via API. I had to go through a third party, and I was like, and I couldn't automate that third party. So I was like, you know what? I'll wait. So I already was doing graphical work, creating marketing material for a company prior to anything else that people were doing with AI. So before anybody else was doing that, I already had proof in the pudding that you could create a business with AI. It is. It's just a tool. Just no different than Pro Tools. Do y'all remember when, okay, if y'all are musicians, prior to Jay-Z Black Album, if you said you were on FL Studio, were you a respected producer? I'll wait. Were you even considered a real producer? I want to show you a timeline. When I first was a graphic designer, i.e. found Photoshop salary, $50,000 at the time. Anybody doing Photoshop was a graphic designer making anywhere between $50,000 to $75,000. Follow the money first. Follow the titles and the name of the software first. So before you concentrate on what titles you can earn, concentrate on the titles of software that you have at your disposal. Right? They laughed at me when I told them I was going to be a producer in 95, bro. Excuse me, 99. In 99, FL Studio wasn't even there yet. They had Pro Tools, they had their big boards, and they were, we have our DAT machines, and we have all this stuff, and you ain't got it, so you got to give us $5,000. Oh, 6 months later, I had a 16 gigabyte computer that I built to do graphics, 3D graphics on Bryce 3D. So I had Bryce 3D and 3D Studio Max on my machine. So I built a 3D Studio Max machine because I knew if I did a 3D Studio Max machine, my 3D Studio Max machine would benefit my Photoshop because it was running, I had needed a bunch of CPUs. And my music, as soon as I bought a good Sound Blaster card, Creative Lab Sound Blaster, remember them? When I bought a good Sound Blaster card, my DAW, at the time Cakewalk, reaped the benefits of my 3D machine. Yeah, me and Gene said if you weren't on Pro Tools, you weren't shit. Still Pro Tools still has that swag where it's a Pro Tools. But of course, because of Jay-Z, because of Ninth Wonder, and because of the amount and plethora of good beats that came out of FL Studio, it was a Gatling gun to Samurai at that time. Right? That's what it was. It was a Gatling gun mowing down samurai. That's what we're doing right now with AI. But it's not a weapon we can actually use as a Gatling gun yet. It's at that stage where it's like, hey, I have this program. And in this program called N8N, I can, let's see, go to my Airtable. I want to loop over all these files and just store this ID because I need to update that record. And then I'm going to go into OpenAI, and then I'm going to choose a model. And then when creating a LinkedIn post for Toxic Hustle Services, follow these steps based on the image title. Do this work, right? Do that. Then after you do that, then you're going to wait for a second. You're going to go in here. You're going to make my Twitter posts. So I want you to do my LinkedIn posts, my long posts, my short posts, pause, no diddy, and I want you to store it in a database. Now in this database, I now have my Facebook post and my Twitter post that my other bot, leave without saving, that my other bot can just post. My Twitter video poster and my YouTube video. Well, that's an error right now because it does say error. Hold on. So I'm going to go to my Twitter video poster. See? Post to Twitter or X. Go to my Airtable. In there, I have my link for where this stuff is. Give me my post image. Send that stuff up to X. And then send the update that we actually posted it to, and the link to it to my Airtable. This is where we are now. The same idea, like the tool you had, the FL Studio, or now the Studio One, or the Ableton Live, or the whatever. Those are all the language models. Like in my app right here, I have a language model, which I still got to get set up, which I haven't finished setting up yet because we've been talking. Let me go back to the home. I have my image editing program, and I have a program in here that can remove a background for me, damn near as good as Photoshop. And these are all AI. And I've got this Invoke has Flux, which Flux is just as good as Midjourney in some regards. It's not, I mean, it's not photo special like Midjourney is, because that's just Midjourney. Midjourney's rocking on photos. But I've done a lot of image work in Invoke. And it saved me time and money because, you know, sometimes you're in Midjourney, and I have a business account with Midjourney. I pay over $600 a year. So I'm literally doing business with them. When my account, I have, yes, you have fast minutes and you have the slow minutes. I burnt through my fast minutes so fast that I decided to save them until my time to expire. Because when you have a year pass, you don't get them updated every month. So when you burn through your fast minutes, they're gone. So you get a batch of fast minutes, you get a year's worth of fast minutes, you use them up in a month, you got to buy more fast minutes. No, I'll just use the unlimited minutes, which is what I've been doing. But when my local install of Invoke is making images that are just as good, I mean, it's not immensely as good as yours, but it's passable. I'm like, oh, I got a bunch of shots out of here. As soon as my images were just as good as yours, and I'm getting it faster than I'm getting it from you, and I don't have to go into Discord, and I can just copy and paste it straight in, or drag and drop it straight in right from my own thing, and I can queue up not 3 in queue, but I can queue up, say, 20 images, let them run overnight, and come back in the morning and have a bunch of images to work with. See, AI is getting ready to come to the desktop where you're able to work with it all day long and have it work for you all night long. Hence why I'm installing it now. So let's take a look at that real fast, because I wanted to do this. I should have installed on my own, and I did not. So let me hit stop. And I guess we are installed, because I don't see my installer for whatchamacallit anymore. So I'm taking it that it did it. So let's open Web UI. And if we continue to get this error, hold on. Windows, open. Web UI is not recognized. Yeah, this is new. This is hella new. The fact that I had to install separately, like it usually does all the install of everything for you. You don't have to do nothing. So the fact you gotta do something is just weird. I'm clicking update right now just to see if, you know, it's up to date. Gems. Kicking myself for not tapping in earlier. Jordan, I don't do a lot of videos, bro. Don't even stress yourself. Like it's the tribe. The tribe's been calling me out like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, sending me DMs. Jonathan be sending me DMs like, yo, bro, what are you doing? What are you working on? Why ain't you saying nothing? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I want to talk to y'all. I want to tell y'all what's going on, but I'm in the lab, like literally in the lab, figuring out, like this is what I'm working on. I'm installing applications and getting them to function and looking for databases. Like right now I'm between 3 databases, and I believe I found one, and this one, I'll give y'all a shot across the bow. Just like what, to show you that there's some crazy shit coming down the pipe. Here's some crazy shit coming down the pipe. Just like I'm telling you about N8N, like N8N, like right here, this software, where is it? Where's my N8N? Here. This software I showed you with the automation, you can do this shit for clients. Like, that's why I'm trying to give you practical shit. Like, I'm also putting that inside the labs. Like, everything. Like you can see all these damn, look, this is on my one server. These are all the automations that I've been, like, this was a year ago. This is 2 years ago. So this is on the same server 2 years ago. So like, these are all the automations I've been working on for over 2 years. So before, like, oh, I've been doing this. What are you doing? Where's your clients? Do you realize that in a minute, NFTs will be like stocks and the businesses will be kicking out dividends based off of earnings, and it will be in real time because the AIs will be presenting all of their data and kicking it out in real fucking time. Like, we're going to have paid businesses generating cash flow in real time. We're going to be helping companies, smaller companies, bullet train to the front of the line in real time for applications that are actually working. Yeah, I have to run a Docker instance. I don't have Docker on here. Like, I literally set this up to just be Pinocchio because notice what I'm trying to do. Oh, let me explain what I'm trying to do. This is an application. It's a Windows app. There's another application on Windows so that you can kind of see my science, my madman, science of a madman is this. Windows power. Doop. Microsoft Power Automate Platform, a comprehensive end-to-end cloud automation powered by low code and AI. You can process automation, basically I can orchestrate, automate my entire Windows machine. Everything on my Windows machine. So I could tell it, open up this app. I can tell it, move your mouse, cancel. Move your mouse to, hold on, let me go back to the home page. Move your mouse to this or filter and click up here and click invoke. I'm trying to, there we go. Is that working? I have to reboot. I have like a glitch with one of my automations, so it's like blocking up my mouse and keyboard sometimes. But yeah, I could say, hey, filter this by this, and then so this way the invoke shows up, and then click on invoke, or move your mouse to where you see the words invoke and click on it. And when you get this open, launch Docker on Windows 11 is buggy. This is why I use Pinocchio. Again, I want an application. I'm actually looking at Gradio next because really Gradio is the underlying software underneath Pinocchio. So that they're using Gradio to be able to install. So I can install like N8N. So I really want to be able to install an AI locally, N8N locally, have another GPU external that's running everything. So I'll have like multiple GPUs running, the one in my computer and externally. And then this way I could have N8N, Pinocchio running multiple instances of stuff on my local machine and still be workable overnight for an AI to do projects. So I'm not spinning. So like, let's just say I want to do code, right? I'm going to want to do a local model. And then if it's making mistakes, it's not costing me $200 here a night or $1,000 a night or $20 a day to work on an application, and I'm working on the application all for the entire month. Now, if I'm working on it locally, it's costing me my electricity. And I can do more. If I have a system that can run all night, what can I now do? What can I do for a client? And think of your computer, and this is how I brought it to my mentor, because he was trying to understand what I was trying to explain. I was like, you're going to be training employees. Your employees just happen to be smart. He's like, what do you mean? AI is dumb. No, AI is a college student. and tell me what college student you've ever hired that's going to be out of the box of college your rock star marketer, your rock star writer, your rock star producer out of music school. You're not gonna have that. That doesn't happen. And never worry. It never happened. Never, ever, ever, ever. So you've got a college student. Now the college student, you have a college student that just happens to be schizophrenic. Today, I want you to be my lead marketer. I need you to take this data point, and these data points, and this data point, and this data point, and give me a marketing campaign that can generate ... Here's a story. And now you can have it generate a bunch of images, and then you tell it, hey, I tell another AI that has vision, go through these images and choose the right image or the best image that fits this article or fits this section that has the least amount of AI glitches like double eyelids, blurred images, 6 fingers on one hand. Look for those things, and if you see those things, don't even bother selecting that. Choose the top 3 that have the least amount of flaws. Do that work that I was doing with working with you. Now you do it. But the first thing I'm going to do is figure out what working with you right now looks like. So I'm going to be in ChatGPT working with you. I'll fix this and get this working. I'll get it working today, and then I'll do another video. And then I'll tell you what I did. I'll record it. Not a good look, Pinocchio. But I will get you working. I'll go through the troubleshooting, and then I'll put notes to it because it shouldn't have been an issue, but I've never seen it do that. I've never seen Pinocchio tell me to install something manually. No, just install everything. What the hell are you talking about? Then fix yourself. Like, why I gotta fix you? I did what you told me to do. I installed something. And now you're telling me you can't find it. Okay. So yeah. The next phase, y'all, because I'm not going to keep you up all night, and I got to eat dinner. I ain't even ate yet. The next phase, what we're doing, and then this way you can kind of get a vision, because I was going to draft up vision board, but we were just dealing with I was going to show you technology. Sorry, I jump all over the place. This is one of the technologies I'm looking at, this thing called Taskade. Taskade, you have AI agents built in to a task management system. Now, if you're trying to run a task management system that has human beings into the mix, it's interesting, not fun with this system. If you have an AI system that you're planning to use AI and APIs to have them pretty much be behind the scenes doing a bunch of work through workflows, and then spitting that out, you can do it with N8N. You don't have to do something like this. But the thing that I liked about this software was not only did it have that you can create tasks in here, you can create a library that all of your agents can get access to a central library. And so basically real-time data. Also, you're able to create and craft your articles inside here. So I can say, hey, give me an outline. Then I can right click on this, or actually no, plus click on this, and I can assign this actually to an agent. I can assign this to one of my agents, and I have agents that are writers. I have agent that's a marketing director. I have an agent that happens to be a business consultant, like based off of my mentor that I'm working on, because I'm basically mapping him. I told him, I was like, I'm mapping you out in there, and he's competing against himself to try to shut me down. So he was trying to shut me down on Friday and say, okay, well, AI can't write good. And then I had the AI write him. By feeding him the responses back that I was getting from my mentor, I copied and pasted it into the chat window and said, hey, the client is saying this now. And then it would rewrite the entire thing based off the client's problem. So I wasn't even getting frustrated, because you can work on something for a client and then not see the mission. So now I'm like, I don't even have to fight you. I'll have you fight you. So I took one of his articles and I built a model based off of one article. Built an article based off of one. And I'm gonna show y'all right now. This is something that you can think about as when I say that we've gotta think differently on how we're using this tool. I don't think nobody's doing this. I'm gonna show you what I mean. I haven't put this in the prompts yet. It's gonna be in the prompt lab in the advanced portion of it, because the prompt lab, let me show you the back end and then I'll stop jumping all over the place like the House of Pain. Let me find prompt lab. I think that's here. No. Oh, where are you? Where are you? Ninja. There we are. Prompt lab. Prompt lab. Let's edit the page. That way you can see behind the scenes, because I can't show you the prompt lab. I can't show you on the page what's hidden and what's coming. So I'm going to show you, pause, what's on the way. Go to subscriptions. Courses. There we are. Then, yeah, I've already started building software. Like I built this. Where is it? Is it here? Yeah, built a markdown generator that can take HTML code that I copy from the web and give me markdown code out of it. And I built that in ChatGPT. Anyway, let me show you what's coming. Pause. Go to courses. Let's go to the ChatGPT prompt lab, and you'll see all these business prompts. These are all the ones. So customer service stuff, service business, power up your brand and influencer marketing, power up your strategy with affiliate marketing prompts, captivating YouTube video prompts to boost engagement and growth, TikTok prompts. So you got all these prompts, right? So that's what you're given here. This is just templates, so that's why it's inactive. Then here you've got your image prompts. That's what I'm working on now, so that you can create graphics. You can create websites. What up, Elijah? Go ahead and ask. You can create websites. You can create prototypes. You can create graphic designs. I created a bag for my a customer that we're using on her Amazon, that she's selling a product. She's selling CMOS. So we actually designed a bag for her in Midjourney, and then I chopped it up into Photoshop and actually made the bag out of the design. I had to recreate it. It took a little work, but I was able to do it. So you're going to have like business image prompts that you can use for clients. And then AI agent hero is you're going to have a basic preliminary to being able to get AI agents. And this is what I mean by prompting and getting information out of here. How you begin, not so much training, but nudging. And I'm going to show you with Nuco. Oh, no, I'll show you with Prompt Lab. So let's see. Trying to find like the first chat. Yeah, it has to be here somewhere. Hold on. Checklist, sales funnels, prompt, video script, content calendar. Ah, okay. Initial market discovery. Here we go. So I think this is okay. Let me move this over here so you can see it now. All right. There we are. All right. So in here, I want you to see one of the posts that I so in here, this is one of the posts that are in the prompt lab. But of course, I tweaked it because what I wanted to do was actually sell the ChatGPT prompts. So I said, act as a digital marketing strategist. What are the questions that are frequently asked by customers in looking for ChatGPT prompts? So then we broke this out, and these are all the questions. Now, I said, what are some major pain points, resistance, strategies to address pain points and resistance, right? So I did about 4 iterations of this to get this one-shotted so that now we have our major pain points, right? So these are all the major pain points. We have sources of resistance, so fear of a complexity, concerns about learning curve, perceived irrelevance, belief that ChatGPT or AI tools may not work for their industry or specific needs, trust issues, strategies to address the pain points, educate through free resources, simplify the experience, showcase customization, demonstrate ROI, provide step-by-step tutorials, emphasize human collaboration with AI, address costs. So you just to break out all that, right? So then I said, who are the top people who would benefit from our prompts based on the above? Now, based on the above, digital marketers, how they benefit, and the examples, right? So we one-shotted that. So here it is, how they benefit, the examples, how they benefit, the examples. So it gave me all of that. Now I'm just leading it on because remember, it's context window. So it's getting the information above it and it's bringing it down. All right, so I got all these. So by targeting these personas, because that's what you need for AI agents, personas, with tailored messaging and resources, you can showcase the versatility, blah, 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 blah. Now, as an expert digital marketer, what are some of the other things we consider and we should consider in promoting this product? I messed it up, but you know what I'm saying. And it did too. Because then additional considerations are these things. And then it's pulling information from my library. So now what I've been doing, all that stuff that you saw me asking it questions, what I began doing was feeding it back to itself. Now there's something new inside ChatGPT that I haven't talked about anywhere, but I'm talking about it now with y'all tonight, since y'all are here, is this right here, projects. You start a new project, so click the plus, you create a new project, you name it, right? You can click right here and edit it, click right there and edit it. What I did is I just started a chat and just started communicating with it and asking it those questions. And every time it gave me something, the pain points, the target audiences, what I did was I saved it as a text file. And I just copied and pasted it straight out. So if we go back to my strategy, no, not the content calendar, the market discovery. So this was market discovery. So this is all the stuff I did to discover a market to be able to create the ChatGPT prompts. And then all I did was go in, and whenever it gave me something, like here, I would just copy it and paste it into a text file. Then drag it, drop it, and drag it right back into itself. And that's when you started noticing these. Now it's referencing its own data points and getting smarter. So what I'm doing is I'm compounding the data. I'm just not asking you generalized questions and not using it. I'm asking those questions and I'm dragging and dropping the answers back into itself, and it's becoming smarter as we go. Because now you don't even have to start a new chat. You can just continue to chat. And that's what I was doing here. So I continued to chat. So I said, hey, here's the additional considerations it gave me. Now that it had all of those, it gave me new additional ones, and I copied those. And then I said, please highlight the top value propositions for our target audiences. So now, for all those target audiences, give me the top value prop we can offer. It gave me that. Here's all of them, and it's referencing what we're looking for, the FAQ. It's referencing stuff now. So now it's being very specific in what it's choosing. It's not random anymore. We're beginning to nurture and train it on the data we want it to concentrate on. And we're creating a library that it's going to source itself from. And we're going to feed it. So now when you say that the content is garbage, yes, garbage in and garbage out, but the content isn't garbage. We have a college graduate. Now, how do you train that college graduate to do the work you want it to do? Because you need to train that one individual, or you would go online and go to LinkedIn or go to Indeed or go to Career Builder, and you would go find that person. Well, now you're training one locally. Let me see what you're saying, Elijah. Sorry, I was going through this stuff. Okay, since crypto is ahead of its time, when do you think it will be the right time? Like what year? Also, you need to eat dinner, brother. That's what I'm doing right now. Hey, brother, I'm helping y'all, and my stomach is it's full. It's empty, but it's full, right? Because this is what I'm here for. Like, I know I was here to see these things to pull us back to what Black Wall Street looked like. What was that mind state? Like, you could leave the East Coast or wherever you were, follow the Trail of Tears, end up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and still be a doctor, still have a Wall Street, still be trading, still have a movie theater, still be buying commodities, still have a Wall Street where you could buy the goods necessary to keep your town going. And it's just a matter of us figuring that back out. So you should answer that question. What's feasible in the tech? Let's just look at the top 10 cryptos then. We'll do this as a lesson plan, right? So let's go to Coin Market Cap. Right? Let's go here first. Let's go here. Let's look at the first top 10. We've got Bitcoin. Bitcoin, blue chip. What is it? First mover position. What does it do? Financial gateway online without a bank. Allows anybody to have its own wallet / bank and be its own bank. First of its kind to really do that effectively. Has not shut down in years. That's it. That's its use case. Everybody else trying to do that thing, well, you're trying to be Internet Explorer after it already won. There's Internet Explorer, there's Netscape, there's Firefox. What do we still have? We kind of have Netscape, not really. But you still got Internet Explorer, and you still got Firefox, and you still got Internet Explorer is now Edge, right? And you got Chrome. And Chrome took over because Edge is really Chrome. And really Firefox is kind of Chrome too. So everybody's kind of Chrome, but it's different, but it's the same. That's what's happening in crypto. All these cryptos are kind of doing the same thing, except for ETH, right? What is ETH? Its use case was, hey, it was supposed to be a website with crypto, right? You're supposed to be able to build a web page or build an application or build a decentralized app, quote unquote, app. Wink, wink, wink. Decentralized, wink, wink, wink. When we can move the chain, wink, wink, wink. When it's owned by the bankers, wink, wink, wink. But it's decentralized, wink, wink, wink. But banks own the nodes, wink, wink, wink. Yeah, but yeah, Brave is like Chrome. Right? So it's like Chrome 1, and then there's different complexion of Moors. Right? You got a blacker Moor, you got a regular Moor, you got a Latin Anglo Asian esque Moor. Right? So there's just the same with a bunch of more steps, right? So you want the one or two first, or the number one or the number two. Everybody else fails. So okay, that's their use case. All right, XRP, banker coin, first of its kind, banker coin. So it's the banker coin. Not much more I can say about that. Yes, it's got its own thing. It's got its own lines and chains and all that other stuff. It's going to be quite interesting for bankers and people that bankers want to make money off of. So yeah, that's that. Then Tether. Well, that's not really a cryptocurrency so much as a embezzlement / Chinese paper weighted asset portfolio holding wannabe supposed to be a stable coin. That's printing billions, if not trillions of dollars a year. But they are buying treasuries and shit, so I guess that's cool. But it's just supposed to be a stable coin, so that's not really a crypto. Solana, venture capital coin. This is all the venture capital money. So you've got your Chamath Palihapitiya, you've got the CNBC cronies. So whenever you see this, just think CNBC. Then you have BNB, China coin. Right? So you're dealing with China. This is Binance coin. Binance's version of an Ethereum-esque type coin. So this is basically, shitcoin platform 2.0, because Ethereum is shitcoin platform 1.0. All the shitcoins were being minted on Ethereum. Then it was Binance, shitcoin platform 2.0. Then we did that. Now we have Solana, shitcoin. Well, no, it's still all 1.0. Shitcoin 1.0 version 2. It's still 1.0, but it's still versioning in there. Then we got USDC. Again, a stable coin with extra steps. That's the America stable coin. So we're already top 7 and there's no use case. I can rent them easy because I've been here. Dogecoin, meme. That was what it was only ever supposed to do. Like, hey, this is some funny shit. Haha. It's a dog. Yay. That's it. We're done. Cardano. I used to be with Bitcoin and they kicked me out. I used to be with Ethereum and they got sick of my ass. So I went and started my own coin and we're still waiting. Like Jodeci. I'm still waiting. Still waiting. So, still waiting. I still hold bags. I'm still waiting. Past the educational nerds. I'm still waiting. I know we're doing stuff in Africa. Yay. But yeah, I'm still waiting. Tron. Okay, this was that Chinese dude that basically has run many scams all over the place and uses Tron to scam. But hey, what do I know? Then Chainlink, right? That's the database for apps to work, decentralized apps. That's like a database line. So we're like an API before APIs for blockchain. Before we could just write an API on blockchain. So you have a moat, but you don't have a moat, because what happens when we go API and we kind of don't need you when all the APIs are real time? But hey, good for you for now. Yay, team. And then there's Avalanche. Now, Avalanche is kind of interesting because you do have some plays on there that are infrastructure. So on the Avalanche platform, there is a company coming up that wants to be the AWS of decentralized platform and started last year. I gotta remember what it is. I think I bought some bags in them, or I still have it, or I was looking at it and didn't pull the trigger. I think it was can't remember, AVAX. No, it's not AVAX. This is AVAX, but there's another one. But anyway, that it's on that platform. So that's that. Meh. Ton. So that's Telegram. And we know all the scams are on Telegram. So there's that. Look at my Stellar. Haha. There's my Stellar that really ain't done shit. Yay. I got it at like 2 cents. It's 40 cents. Damn near 8 years later. Woo! H bar is kind of interesting. I still need to look at it. You know I already have Sui. Shiba's a meme coin. Polkadot's exchange. Litecoin I've had forever. So I won't go any further, but there you go. I just ran through the top almost 20 coins. Oh, 20 coins, Litecoin. I ran through 20 coins. And my use case for business is where? Now, if I go to the stock exchange and I look at the top 20 assets, what do you see? Apple, Microsoft, Salesforce. Why? Business. So if I'm expecting crypto to act like the other side of my tech, I need tech. Functional. Like, what are we doing, guys? Shiba. I got another dog coin. In the top 20, I got 2 dog coins that say, in the future, we will do something. Bitcoin Cash. Bitsgap token. Not sure what that does. I think that's a server. No, that's exchange. I think Bitsgap's an exchange. So I guess it's the exchange token. That's $7. So I guess they're trying to be like Coin and Binance. Hyperliquid, Uniswap, another exchange. Pepe, another meme. Near Protocol, I think that has AI. So that's on my radar. Near is. DAI is a stable coin. Aave is a loan and lending platform. The internet computer was $100 and something last cycle. Another venture capital coin. Monero is a privacy coin. Ethereum Classic was the Ethereum that was supposed to be before it pivoted so that it could be rated by freaking fund managers when they lost the DAO. I like Tezos. Tezos is cool. Tezos is cool. I held some. Yeah, so like, I mean, if, like I said, if we just keep scrolling, like here's Render. Render's at 43. I think it has way more use case. There's Caspa. I think that's like supposed to be the Bitcoin, another mineable coin. I've been seeing that. That was on my radar, but I didn't feel like buying anything on the Algorand. I know I've heard that a couple times. I used to own Filecoin when it was 1 cent. That was back in 2017. Cosmos I've got. FET I've got. Another meme coin. I own this one. Yeah, so you can see there's, if you look at the top 20, almost top 30, there's, you can see the use cases are limited. So financially, I'm like, what am I going to do with it? But if I'm looking at automation, right? So if we just do the, let's see, AI agent salary. As of January 25th, the average hourly pay for an AI agent in the United States is $30. However, the range can be from $14 to $13.90 an hour. Senior AI professionals. That doesn't even seem right. Hold on. AI engineer. Let's use that one. So 80,000, 116,000, 135,000, 106,000. See what I'm saying? Follow the money. The bankers are getting AI. The bankers are finding automation. The bankers want AI agents. The bankers want more writers. The finance companies, the law firms, the media companies, the influencer brand, the all of these people need work done. What happens when the agents get good enough to one shot do projects? And if you have a bunch of AI agents and the right types of prompts and can get the right output of work done, here, I'm going to hand you a PDF that has this report that you need to hand to your client to get paid. And you pay me every time I make this report. So whenever I make this report and I make the report, say 3 to 5 times a day or 5 to 7 times a day, my automatic robots scrape the data, grab the information, and present you with a pitch letter, sales letter, so that your salesman can get on a call and start trying to pitch them, and you have relevant information, and they don't have to spend time doing that work that they don't do. And now you hand them this sheet. So rather than now them doing 1 to 2 calls a freaking day, you're getting 10 to 15 good lead calls a day per person. That's what we got to think about. Productivity. Internet of Things mean machines make money, you don't. So where's your machines doing the transactions? You're going to be, we just talked about technology falling down, right? We said everything comes down. So when we dealt with outsourcing, now you have Fiverr. You know another thing you're going to have to do? You're going to need a team. You're going to need reports. You're going to need to do marketing. You're going to have to create content. All of that's happening all at once. Every single person, every company has to make that position, and they're not ready for it. Imagine you were there and had just learned how to do web pages right before MySpace came. Now you could do MySpace layouts and earn money. You could do web pages for those clients and make money. You could do websites for your local companies and make money. The same thing is happening again. You take a skill set and you attach it to consultation and services. You ramp up, you use these tools, and you think about, how can I do output? How can I write a marketing letter for somebody? How do I do marketing campaigns for somebody? How can I create a marketing strategy for your next 6 weeks to 12 weeks? If I can create a marketing campaign and give a client a 12-week marketing campaign, what is 12 weeks? If I've given you a 12-week marketing campaign, did I not give you 4, 8, 12, 3 months worth of marketing? Is that not a quarter of a year? Is that not one of our quarters? So within the quarter, I could get paid for a whole quarter. Here's a contract, and I want at least a 90-day window. You're going to have to pay me for the next 3 months. Message. This is how you walk, crawl, run. Walk. Take the tool, flip the tool. Like when CD burners came, what did you do with the CD burner? What did you do with internet? I went on AOL. I got these programs. I got music. I got videos. I then got a DVD burner. I then burnt them things and then brought them out to the general public and sold them. When PlayStation came out, I had a DVD burner that also burnt regular CD games, so I was able to burn those until the new DVD-Rs came out, and then we could mod chip our PlayStation, and then we could then go to Blockbuster and then go ahead and use a Blockbuster account to go ahead and rent a game for an hour or so. I could just rent the game, go and burn it at home, and bring that back. And if you have one of those membership cards when they were at the end of their, almost at the end of their life, and they had basically the all-you-can-eat card, you could keep like 5 things out at a time when they were starting to get scared about Netflix. Whew. It's what you did at the time. You were on MySpace. I was on MySpace. Did you have Friend Blaster? I had Friend Blaster. I was blasting other people's accounts for them. I made a marketing page, using the HTML that I learned. And hooked it up to a content management system that I split out, WordPress. I then learned WordPress could be created to have, multiple pages. So instead of me installing WordPress on multiple servers, I installed a multi-site WordPress. And then once I had multi-site WordPress, I basically had one server serving up anywhere between 20 to 30 pages, with advertising from AdSense or leads to be able to pull them in through an email chain to be able to contact me for consultation and or service work. Did you have Fruity Loops? Well, I had Fruity Loops. Then it turned to FL Studio. And then they put something called record in there where you could record your audio, like record your voice in there. Well, then because I could record my voice in there and I could make the beat in there. And I was like, wait, I'm making the beat in this thing. And now I can record the voice in this thing and put my effects on it. I could now speed up the output of my mix to master of albums. So wait a minute, let me record my album in there. I recorded my first album in there. It's not online right now because it's for my daughter that passed. I wrote my first album in there, and then because I now had a mapped out blueprint that I could do a whole album, and I figured out my workflow for doing an album in FL Studio, I then started doing recording sessions for other people in my neighborhood. Like the guy I was getting my Gritchy Green from. That's typically who's going to be buying or have money disposable enough to pay you $25 since somebody's paying him $25 for some Gritchy Green. So he would come over, blaze up. I'm going to get fucked up because the sessions will pass. I'll buy mine. That's for later. He's going to smoke me out any damn way. Pause. No diddy. And then I'm basically just doing mixing and mastering, and I'm getting paid for the night. I'm getting paid to have Gritchy and mix and master and listen to good underground hip hop. Because I wasn't recording crap. Because I had hey, you need to rewrite your rhymes before you get into the studio. You need to memorize your lines before you get into the studio. So this way, you can optimize how much output you get from my studio. Because if you're paying me $25 and you think you're going to get 3 songs, 4 songs, 5 songs, nah, my dude, you're getting your one song. And I hope you can do it your shit within 2 to 3 hours. So what is this new tool now? Right? Because it's not like Photoshop. But it's better than Photoshop because I can get an image out of it. Hold on. Where's my, where are you, mother suka? You try to hide from me, you motherfucker. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Definitely not it. That's definitely not it. Did I end up closing it by accident? I may have, dude. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I close this thing because I don't see it. And oh, there it is. Okay, I did not. Boom. Close these out. I don't need these. This is what's confusing me right now. Chat GPT. That. Boom. 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 Okay. Boom. So, like an image like this, right? You can generate these images. You're using them for your thumbnails. I showed you. You can use them for print on demand. You can use them for graphics for CD cover. You can use them for a music video. Again, music video. Let me pull that up. New, control new, youtube.com, Toxic Hustle. Go to, it might not be on my Toxic Hustle videos, actually. This might be in my tragic. Yeah, this might be a tragic one. Let me see if it is. Tragic, and yes, this is it. Videos. And this was the last one I did. This one was last year? No, 5 months ago. So this is from the tech from 5 months ago.
It's nobody's fault but mine. I let you slip away. Nobody's fault but mine. Your love that I gave away. No, nobody's.
So we don't need no music. So, like, you can see, like, this is 5 months ago. This is, and I told y'all then, this is the worst it was ever gonna be. The worst. And it's a whole beat music video. How many producers you know are making complete freaking music videos? This took about a week and change, right? This whole looks like it's shot with a camera, everything else. This whole thing is shot. Straight up. It looks that way. This takes a week. The video here underneath, and I believe this is actually going to be my Toxic Hustle one, but I'll verify. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, let me go to Toxic Hustle. Let me go to my videos. No, actually go to playlist. Go to my show reel. That's all the videos we've done. This is a commercial I did years ago. How old is this? Oh, 8 years ago. Jeez. This music video for a friend of mine. Oh, I know. I didn't put it on my show reel because it's got language. It's got language, so I would not put that there. Let me scroll down because it's not going to be very far. Because there's not like a crap load. Here we go. F-Tie Durden music video. So like literally, not including this part. God, this was the longest intro. 3D Studio Max, render with the bullet shatter, After Effects, fade in. Then every single scene he was in front of a green screen. So this is like, again, this is 12 years ago, right? So I'm working off of a dual core, like Pentium, whatever CPU. Actually, no, it was a dual core. It was a business. It was business class. I forgot which one that was. All these scenes. It was 3 months to render all of the background scenes you see. So like this scene with Tupac and Biggie. That's this scene. So like these two scenes. Then I kind of like flip back and forth. This is another scene. This wall was rendered. And this was what I used, that Otoy renderer. Was a lot of this was, there was the only render I could get on my computer that I could actually get renders out that looked okay back then. Right, so that this is a render back here. This is a render back here with the pictures on the wall. This was like one of my albums, my homeboy's album. So like this is all renders. 3 months, man. And it's not like the greatest. This is like a bar down the street, his brother, some friends of ours, me putting myself in a render in a padded cell. I think the longest thing that we have, here, yeah, pause. It's him. This one was him rhyming looked like to be in a car, rhyming with himself. So like, again, After Effects, 3D render. I had to cut out the car because this whole scene was rendered, but I had to strip everything out and layer everything in Photoshop and then bring that into After Effects and then render that. Then I had to render this scene all in After Effects. So the background was rendered in 3D. So I rendered all of this. I actually bought a set, an Octane render set that allowed me to get like the lights and all this stuff kind of pre-built into it so I could get those in there. And then all of this, so you can see it's moving, flashing, like setting up all this. I had to set up all these lights for it, like to make sure it was like working with the set. And then the same thing here, like another scene at the end, and me cutting in, cropping him into the scene. So all these green scenes having to be fixed and doing all this. So again, 3 freaking months to get this scene done. Now, check this out. This was right around the same time. I think I just built a newer computer. Again, I'm doing renders. But we were doing lyric videos. This was after Smoking Weed With You and You Told Me To. Kendrick Lamar and Dr. Dre. They did a lyric video, so I wanted a lyric video that was moving around like theirs. So that's what this song was. I wanted to do a lyric video. I wanted to see how hard it was to do one. Came up with the workflow, built it out. Took about a month to do this lyric video. A month to do 4 minutes. What's on its way? What's in the process of rolling out? What I've just shown you, one music video that we actually did shots, and then we did shots with 3D scenes and shots with green screens and shots in public and piecing all this stuff together. 3 months time to get that done. No storyboard, no extra crew, no nothing. Just handhelds and time and sweat equity. Now you're looking at, you can get a storyboard. You can generate a storyboard. You can get a director of photography to actually map out the storyboard into shootable shots and frames and give you the frames you need as phrases or prompts. And then you can take those prompts, hand them to Midjourney, and get the stills for each shot. That's what I'm saying. People underestimate how solid Midjourney is, how solid ChatGPT is, and what it can do for you business-wise. It's not in the future this happens. This is you're 2 years behind in practicality, in finding practical uses, because we were finding them 2 years ago. Now we're moving to the point where we can still do these practical skills ourselves, i.e. generate a prompt to generate an item that I hand to my client, whether it be a report, whether it be an image, whether it be a strategy for marketing, whether it be a proposal for work. Here's what we do. Here's the services we offer. Here's the client. Here's what they're looking for us. Here's all the things that we can do for them. And here's some of the problems that they say they're having that potentially are. Here's the problems they're having. Please come up with multiple ways that our services can be a value add to them. Give me use cases that can fit for their business and things that you can think of. And now that you have all of this, give me an entire proposal and a proposal of work and an execution plan that we can give to this client and win this deal today. Done. Here you go. Hey, I'm having a problem with this. I'm doing it with a marketing director. Pause. Not no diddy. I'm giving a marketing director. He gives me, here's my client. Here's this. Here's the angle they want to market. Okay. Well, here's what they do. Here's the pain points from their clients. Here's this. Here's that. Here's that. Okay. Because I've looked at all these prompts and I've studied them, because you looked for prompts and put in prompts that could do work and I could get things done. That's the chat lab, the Chat GPT business prompt lab. That's what we're doing. And then you're going to add these to agents in the future. Once you can get your prompts one-shotting, right? So that, hey, if I pass this down this workflow and this agent writes an outline, this agent does the market's research, this agent structures and crafts the outline and the marketing strategy, this agent takes that and is the senior copywriter and actually creates the outline for it. This is the editor that's working, that also is like the senior marketer, and it's looking at it and it's making sure we're touching all the right touch points and hitting all the right all the right pain points, and making sure that all the value adds are really actionable and engaging. And then now we hand it off to our classic writer that writes it out and it looks so pretty. And now I want you to take this post that you give it, that you've just given me, and I want you to filter it through my tone. Cocky, brash, but professional. And don't sound robotic and cringy. That's it. Now all of a sudden you're getting a post that comes, you take that post, it now washes itself through your tone, and now it's already hit all the notes that it needs to hit, and it just needs to sound more human-esque and have a vibe. So the goal for the library, the first part's already done. That's what's available now. This will be updated, which I do state right here on the sales page. Includes updates, because right now I've only gotten like every freaking prompt you're gonna need to just do business. Instagram, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on LinkedIn, content marketing, blogging prompts, employee management prompts. And then there's also some marketing and some business intelligence prompts and engagement prompts. The next thing is going to be image prompts. So how do we get your packaging? How do we do websites? How do we do landing pages, landing page ideas? How do you then potentially craft them in other websites? right? So we'll go a little bit through of workups of use cases for those images and how you clean them up. Like how do you clean out backgrounds? What's the best way to utilize images on web pages where you don't have to do as much editing? And AI agent intro, which we have, the first one here. It's not on yet, but it's AI agents. But AI agents intro is how do we now take all these prompts here? How do we take these prompts here? And how do we then start crafting out work? So that when we now start thinking about AI agents, so when we get to the AI agents, there's going to be a few things as far as, how to work with certain, how to piece everything together. And then how to get a model set up with multiple agents, and then this was that one, and then AI agent workflows. How do you then string these AI agents together to create workflows so that you can get work done, whether it be writing work, whether it be image-based work, whether it be marketing work, whether it be business strategy, coming up with business ideas. Hell, whether it be just coming up with dietary stuff for people and individuals. Like, you can craft so much out of here. It's just, sky's the limit. Where's your hustle? Right? Again, it's Toxic Hustle. So, now, I am done for the night, y'all. I appreciate y'all chilling with me so damn late. Make sure you go check out labs.talk@hustle.com. More is coming. This price point that is at right now will be going up as new modules complete. So as another module completes, it'll go from 29 to 39/40. No, it goes up to the 49. Then when the next module completes, so the AI agent module, then it'll go up to the 79. It'll be most likely closer to around Black Friday timeline. But I want y'all into AI agents before summer. So you'll have AI agents before summertime. But I won't raise the price until like after that. I'll give y'all time though. But yeah, for real, it's get ready, get set, let's go. It's time to put these things to work. It's time to get your ideas moving. Like, if you are a producer, how are you using this? Are you marketing your stuff? Do you have a marketer? Did you set one up? Do you know how to set one up? We're going to be working on that. So all of those things are coming. It's going to be part of our labs. Make sure to check out labs.toxichustle.com. Just go to my link in bio. And then just click right there. There's your lab right there. Right there. So, appreciate y'all. Love, respect, all that great stuff. Please be safe out on these streets. And I'm going to holla at y'all maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. But I'm definitely, once I get these AI chatbots installed, and then I will give you the synopsis of what was broken and what I had to fix to get it rolling, so that I'll do that not live. I'll do that on my own, but I'll walk you through the steps. All right. Love and respect, y'all. Peace.